Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's session of 16-Bit Glasses presents Phandelver and Below Exandria Edition. Woo! You'll see before we even go to the main screen that we've made a slight change to the layout a little bit. The desk is now fully in the center. I've made a better notice board, and it's also got new items, including a note I forgot to tell you about. That basically
Someone put a gun there.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a gun.
It's got a note from the goblins that basically describes like who they had to look out for the ambush. We've got a bloodied note there near the map case and a blueprint. But without further ado, let's jump into the game. And with me tonight are my 5 amazing players. How are we tonight?
Aww.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Michel Lotito was the guy who could eat like all sorts of crazy shit. To make a whole haircut.
Oh yeah, we were having a wild talk before this gang, so apologies for any confusion there. But if you had a natural 20, or if you had a 20 constitution, what would you eat?
Light bulbs.
Light
That's the
bulbs.
only answer.
I did my regular diet, just get sick less often.
Yeah,
Ooh.
absolutely.
I'd try and eat a brick.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
need good strength for that too.
The Constitution doesn't stop your teeth from breaking.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Oh,
no,
see,
constitution
I'm
might.
more worried about the exit strategy myself, but
Well, constitution 20,
Yeah.
baby. Like, yeah, it'll be fine.
because you can always get new dentures, but I don't know. Once that
Arcane
bacteria
dentures.
goes,
They do acid damage
You
to your
will be
food, so it just
literally,
dissolves and melts in your mouth.
Effing bricks.
Yeah, I was going to say that too, Phoenix.
Ah. That joke there was provided by our sorcerer Sylvain, played by Phoenix. How you doing?
Hello, everyone.
The groan was our human druid Dreamer, played by the Bloodhook.
Hello.
That's a hell of a name.
Yep.
That was a
I'm
juggle.
not saying that.
That's the Scar remix of my name.
Yeah, I had Fatboy Slim on as I was singing it. The Dragonborn there, also commenting on the name, is Floodbane, the sorcerer, played by Ted.
Hello. Where am I?
Our halfling fighter, soon to be something else maybe, once we get to a new level, we'll see,
Ooh.
is Trey, played by Adam.
But
Hello. I'm having an identity crisis, apparently.
Oh, we've been talking. We know what's going on. And finally, our lovely bard here, our grung, is Rhapsody, played by Lobster Jess.
hello. I'm gonna turn everybody into a bard by the end of the campaign.
Oh no.
Never.
I
Never.
can see that. Well, I
Never
think most
take
of
me
us
alive.
most of us have the charisma for it, so I think you actually could do that.
I don't.
I don't have room in my class plan for this.
My 5-year
Fair.
plan does not include multi-classing into that.
Exactly.
We will find room. Who needs
Let's be honest.
sleep?
In
Who
this
needs that one
30-minute
class about
PowerPoint
specific thing?
presentation, I will show you why.
Whose
Adam,
5-year
my
plan
character
ever
will
is it?
change and adapt to the events of the story. Also, Adam. No, I don't want to be a bard.
I don't want to be a bard. I have options, but that's not one of them. I'd have to think about it, and it's difficult.
I don't want to
It's
be a
one of
bard.
those college
Options.
applications where they get presented and they go, no, I'm not really thinking about that 3 years later. God, I should have done that.
I have multiple career paths, but that's not yet one of them I've considered, alright?
Bard is not one of them.
Fair. Alright.
Well, gang,
love a
I'm...
challenge.
Let's actually play the game, hey?
Yeah, let's jump in. I have a few things to go through with you here because I did not write out a recap for someone to refer to as part of them telling the story. So it's my job as part of the rules to then go ahead and, yeah, try and remember it myself.
We believe in you.
Oh, I'm glad someone does, because I don't.
Aw.
No, I'm talking about the recap. Don't worry, everything. I'm aces everywhere else.
Oh, okay.
That's
That's
fucking
alright.
great.
Yeah.
I was about to put some pity and stuff into chat to sit there and give you some moral support, but now fuck that.
I am the shiznit.
Yeah.
All right,
We
let's
know.
get to it. In our last session, we started off in a fairly dark area, having I should probably change the music. It's way too bubbly for this part. Let's put
Back to
on.
the effervescent.
Let's put on.
Rap battle.
When all else fails, rap battle.
Our party, having taken down Clark the Bugbear and his goblin crew, stood over the now unbreathing friend of theirs, Kuiper, who, upon passing, seemed to change to his true form, an actual changeling. Distraught, the party retreated or returned back to Joran village, I guess a little bit uncertain as to what to do next, but returning Kuiper taking Kuiper to the Church of the Archheart, where Sister Gorell promised to make sure that he was taken care of for whatever comes next in his path. Distraught, downtrodden, the crew then made their way to the inn in order to drink their sorrows and have a good time, having little drunken games and jokes to, I guess, ease some of the pain. They met up there with Sildar Hallwinter and his friend Iano Albrecht, who also mourned the loss of Kuiper, before Iano had to unfortunately step out earlier in the evening. This cut to our new friend, Sylvain, taking scene, watching Iano Albrecht try and fight off a couple of Redbrands who seemed to have been dragging a family away. Iano, seeing Sylvain off to the side, asked him to go get help, and as he ran to go get to the party and Sildar, and return, they all came together to find that Iano and these kidnapped villagers, along with the Redbrands, were gone. The night passed, and when they all regrouped in order to figure out what to do next, they came across a large crowd outside of the town master's hall, who were up in arms at the town master for letting another kidnapping happen. Not that any of you are truly aware of the previous past, apart from the small bits you've been told. The town master and his usual self sort of, what would I say, almost Reaganishly, sort of pushed them off before retreating, to which Lenine of the Lion Shield Costa and Sildar decided to pull the five of you together to ask for more help. To look into the whereabouts of Iano and the Redbrands, trying to determine where their main hideout is, as it seems that they mainly locate themselves in the Sleeping Giant, though its size doesn't look like it could hold the amount of people that are currently part of the Redbrands. Sneaking past, the crew decided to loop around to the Sleeping Giant to see if they could find out any information, with Sylvain, Flutbane, Rhapsody, and Trey keeping watch on the across the road of the Sleeping Giant, as Dreamer shifted into a small, blood-red, shimmering spider, who then climbed up the Sleeping Giant's walls and started to peer into a window. And that is where we return. For context, because of the map I'll be shifting everyone to, Dreamer actually moved across to this side, and is peering there.
Fair enough.
I call foul.
You'd all plan to do attacks on the left-hand side. Oh, my bad.
Now we're
The
going to
whole
rethink
plan
all of our
revolved around
strategy.
this,
God
yeah.
damn it.
We had a plan.
No.
When do we ever have a plan?
Who needs a plan when you have chaos?
Suggested
Exactly.
stealthing once or twice. It's been known to.
Dreamer, you are standing to the eastern side of the hall of the inn. And as you climb up to the windowsill and look over what is an open window, you peer in and see what looks to be a fairly plain but I wouldn't say well taken care of, just a general inn-like kitchen. Currently in there, an older lady pottering around trying to get food together.
Still the food, still the food, still.
That she doesn't stuff her chicken with potatoes.
That's your voice.
Jesus.
I
I
will
say
not
that
stand for this.
telepathically.
Yeah, for the sake of this, even though it's not 20 feet, I will say that you can still make your mind link to two people. Because just for grid-wise, I couldn't really get a good sizing that would fit the shape of the building with the size of people.
Sure. Yeah, I will head into the kitchen. I guess like climbing across the ceiling.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, that
Nobody
is...
ever looks up in real life. When was the last time you looked up consciously?
I mean, I do to specifically look for spiders and
Just did.
spider webs, but
Okay.
not
well,
every day.
For an arachnophobe, yeah, I always look up, but that's
And
just.
now you're breathing manually.
I look up when I'm
Never.
outside because I'm looking for birds. I have an insane fear of birds flying over me.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, because when I was 5, I chased some ducklings and then the parents tried to swoop me. So
Yeah,
was-
that,
it was-
That's
that'll
alright.
do it.
That's not funny.
it is funny. It is hilarious because I
That's
was running and my dad was
essentially-
like, "Sean, duck," and I was like, "Yeah, I know," and he's like, "No."
This explains
Oh, no.
so much about you,
So
Sean.
good.
Uh-huh. And
Also,
yeah,
that's not
missed,
funny. You laugh.
missed me
Yeah,
by
sorry.
about 2 inches.
I mean, it's
But-
funny because we know Sean survived. To
It's
tell us
funny
that.
because you didn't die to
Oh.
a duck. It
Yeah.
wouldn't
I
be
haven't
funny.
died to a duck, and I did
Yeah.
not starve to death after getting my head trapped in a bunk bed ladder.
Alright, we'll get into that later.
That's
These are questions for off stream.
that's a story after the break.
Right, sorry.
Yeah, you have free movement to head in, Dreamer. I've opened the window door for you. And you're climbing up on the top, is that right?
Yeah, kind of sticking to the walls and the ceiling.
Okay. In that case, I'll ask you to give me a stealth check with advantage.
Okay, let me find the sheet for the wolf spider.
If you double click your token, it'll actually just open it up. Still, it basically converts your sheet into that.
Good to know.
Fancy.
And I found out like when you return back, it actually deletes that token, so that like that actual that sheet. So yeah,
Ooh.
Hells yeah.
yeah, pretty cool what this thing can do. Like I was surprised by that.
It's a good tool.
It's looking good. No, it's yeah. You climb on in. Again, you don't really have the strength to open the window. It's just large enough for you to get in. It's only about maybe an inch or two wide, or open. So as you climb up, you then work your way up onto the ceiling. And you can tell that as you're walking in, or as you're climbing in, that the lady herself is just so flustered and trying to get food prepared for everyone that she's not paying attention to anything else.
I guess that's the window to the outside, to like the front, right?
Yeah, as you look out, that's correct. And I will say, just for the sake of this, I should describe, just so everyone else is aware of what they're seeing. The Sleeping Giant is a ramshackle tap room at the east end of town. Several disheveled, surly humans linger on the covered porch, perched on empty ale barrels or leaning against the wall. They all wear grimy scarlet cloaks. Towards the center of the stairway is a large British Redbrand who is just staring and eyeing off, looking for anyone in the distance.
I wave a tiny spider arm at the others, knowing full well that they definitely can't see me from there.
Oh,
parked Brutus at the front, you say?
Yeah, if there's anything that you guys want to do while we're doing while Dreamer is investigating, please feel free to interject.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, that is fun.
Because I have blind sight, I can detect creatures through the wall.
Yeah, it actually highlights them. That is
Yeah.
sweet. Let's have a look on. I'm going to zoom in so everyone on the stream can see that.
That's a good tool, guys.
I think Tremor Sense does something similar, where like it actually does a ripple effect when they move.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, it does. Actually, Tremor Sense is when you move, you actually get to see the figure move as it happens.
That's pretty cool. I've never actually seen that in action before. That is sweet.
Yeah, no.
Which is actually really good because you need to pay attention though, because then you lose sight of them when they stop moving. So you actually need to pay attention because it's when they drag their token across is when you can see them.
Yes. What would you like to do, Dreamer?
Is this door closed out of the kitchen?
It is, yes.
leading up?
Though it's a basic doorway. There's plenty of space around the gaps that you could climb through.
Yeah, okay. Then I will climb through a gap.
No worries. As you enter and climb through the archway of the door, you can look about and see that the main tavern part of the building itself is fairly busy. Just under a dozen Redbrands are sort of corralled together on different tables. You see what looks to be maybe another brutish one up into the northwest, alongside a couple of just more sort of scout-like members. A couple of other scouts and ruffians just to the southeast. And over to the southwest, what looks to be a couple of brutes sitting around... Oh, I put the wrong guy there. Hold on. Sitting next to what looks to be someone in a bit more of a sort of more, I'd say, stylish uniform.
Okay.
To the north, you can see a bartender sort of just cleaning cups. And give me an insight check.
Well, let me double check the rules of wild shape. Because I think I'm.
The stats would come across to your shape.
Okay.
It says, yeah, you got a wisdom 19, so yeah.
Oof. We're on fire today.
Hells yeah. You can tell that this person is serving and housing these people against her will. She's not fearful as much as she is just exhausted from the amount of demands that have been put on her.
Gotcha. And is this a single-story building?
Yes, it would be. You would have seen that from the outside.
Sure. Alright, I'm going to make my way over to this table.
Mm-hmm.
Still sticking to the darkest corners of this place. I guess the walls and the ceilings.
Just for the sake of it, give me another stealth check with advantage.
One of these has to go wrong, right?
So I'll tell you right now that
Maybe.
I'm rolling perception with disadvantage for these. So
Alright.
no worries. And what are you doing while you're hovering above them?
Yeah, I think I just kind of want to chill in this corner and see if I can overhear anything. 'Cause this guy looks like he might be a leader of some sorts, or at least more important than the others.
Nice. The rest of you, is there anything that you would like to do while this is happening?
Sit and fret.
Rhapsody's
Okay.
absolutely singing Itsy Bitsy Spider. Doing the hand actions as well.
Fret while nodding along to the rhythm of rap.
Sill's got a deck of cards and just immediately shuffling through it and just like doing minor sort of tricks with it, like putting the cards between his fingers, flipping through them,
Ooh.
just casually looking at the front entrance.
Fair enough. Everyone give me a perception check just so that way we know how focused everyone is. And Dreamer, you can do one too to see how much you're listening into.
Whoa!
Oh.
Rhapsody put on his listening ears today.
The cards are really, really good, guys.
I was gonna say, like, I imagine Trey's just like sitting with his back up against the tree here, like sort of trying to be inconspicuous under the foliage, just cleaning his palm pistol, but he's also simultaneously keeping an eye on Syl doing cards. And he's definitely gonna challenge him to a card game later and probably lose a lot of money.
Probably.
Because, just for fun, I also have the proficiency with the playing cards along.
Ooh. We'll get to that when you guys have your next break. Rhapsody, while you are focused on the song, you're using it almost as a tempo to keep beats on different corners of the building. You're just sort of using it as like a method of repetition, so that way you don't lose track.
Yeah, that feels right for an entertainer, right? They're most observant of their crowd when they're performing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Dreamer, you hang above this on the ceiling. The ceiling's about 10 to 15 foot high, but it's all wood. There's no real stone, so sound is sort of, it echoes a little bit off here, but it's loud enough that even with like the din of everyone else, that you can still hear everyone underneath you. The three members here sort of seem to be just enjoying a meal to start with, but as they begin to wrap up, the brute sort of like wipes his mouth of any ale that from his drink and goes, "So, boss, what's the plan? I don't know what we're doing here other than just constantly harassing." The captain turns to him and goes, "Listen here, Boris. We do what Glassstaff orders us to, okay? That's all we're getting paid here for. We're hired as mercenaries, or at least to pretend to be mercenaries, in order to get this town under our control. I don't question what the boss says. His boss, or he doesn't question what his boss says. We just do what we're told, alright? Besides, beats having to be on the road every day of the week. I'm far more comfier here just drinking and pissing and bullying and getting coin on the side from it. It's, I don't know what you complain about." The big one, Boris, sort of turns and goes, and he sort of cracks his shoulder. He's like, "I just wanted to get into a fight, boss. You know what it's like." And they just continue talking sort of like about menial things.
Okay. Interesting.
How good was your piss last night, bro?
What do you mean you were there? I got higher than you did.
Sorry.
Looks over to the conversation, shrugs, goes back to his cards.
Oh, that was Jess saying that, not Rhapsody. Just to be clear.
And that was just Ted, so.
Yeah.
I'm also just doing this, looking over to your conversation, shrugging and playing with my cards.
Okay.
I'm going to start making my way northward.
Oops, sorry.
Kind of around. No, you're right. Stopping for maybe 5 minutes above this table to see if they say anything interesting. And if not, I'm going to try and head through this door to the north.
As you walk up to them, one of the Redbrands just rushes off to go grab another beer, and you can hear him sort of, it's like, "Come on, love, another ale. Keep it up, quicker now." She's like, "Yes, sir, sorry." And as she rushes and grabs a drink and then brings it back to him. These two don't seem to be doing much. Like, they just seem to be tired and just sort of eating. You get the sense, sort of maybe just based on how everyone's sort of stationed, that they kind of just maybe are like sitting in like their if they've come off a shift, they come and just sit down in groups and regimented in that kind of style. But no real talk of any sort.
Then I'm going to attempt to get through this door to the north.
Yep. I'm not going to say there's any checks needed for these doors, because again, you're a spider, you can easily get under cracks and things like that. Worst case is like there's a crack in the wood that you could climb through between walls, so. As you enter this room, you see what basically looks to be a corridor that leads all the way to the east, with a doorway at the back there, followed by a hallway, that hallway then taking the entire journey towards the west and then turning. 3 doors litter in front of you.
Just gonna start heading west.
The hall turns, and you see 4, including the one in the corner, 4 more doors. You get the sense just from the size and scale of where these doors are that these are probably just different inn or tavern rooms for people to rest in.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. I was just trying to get a guesstimate of how many there were.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Ooh, can I use my inspiration to re-roll that?
If you'd like, yeah.
Oh, never mind.
No, it's
Oh,
the noise of just banter in the main room sort of dulls anything else you can hear in this area.
Yeah, I think also the Dreamer is very focused on counting out the minutes that she has been in wild shape and desperately not wanting to overstay her welcome.
Fair.
So she's not super focused.
That feels it.
Yeah, okay. Don't particularly feel the need to check out each of these rooms. But I will check out the eastern side. Can I go under this door here to the east?
Yes, to the east, yep, no worries. And you'll see a character just appeared there. I forgot to put a character there, so I just put him there now. You open it up, and the smell gets you before anything else you see. This is the privy.
Yeah, understood. I'm gonna leave that one.
Are there, sorry.
Sorry, go on, Jess.
I was just going to say, are there marks on the wall from the pissing competition last night?
There are many marks from many competitions that these ruffians have.
Fair.
So based on what I witnessed from the exterior of this building, does it look like there is anything here that is unexplored other than these individual rooms? That I assume are sleeping quarters.
Yeah, give me just a general intelligence check. You've got a general sense of the layout. Again, you've got the rooms that sort of surround the outsides of the main part of the tavern. The only place you haven't checked and have no sense of would be whatever is in this section of the building.
But I also don't recall seeing a door to that, so I don't think it would.
You would have seen there was a door to the north.
All right, maybe we'll check it out.
And I'll say, you had a decent perception initially. You would have seen that the door also comes from here.
Okay, might be a cellar or something. We'll go and check that out.
It's the gift shop.
Yeah, exactly. I will head over the bar. And through that door.
As you enter in, indeed, it is a cellar of sorts. It looks to sort of take a step down on both sides. And what you can see basically is just piles upon piles of barrels and sacks, mainly grain and potatoes. A lot of kegs, some that look like they're dripping from being emptied. Others that look like maybe they're ready to be tapped on. Again, very, very general.
All right.
I would have informed you of that if you got a high intelligence. If it's just got to play the
No,
intelligence.
no, that's fine. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, okay. Short of exploring each of these bedrooms, which I couldn't think of anything worse for the quality of the stream, I think I'm just about done in here.
Very nice.
So let's try and head out the way we came.
Yeah. I'll say give me another stealth check just because you'll be coming down the wall.
Oh, actually, you know what? There's something I could do. I will give you that stealth check first.
It's okay. With advantage, of course.
Oh no! My good dice!
You begin to climb down, and as you sort of cover over the window, still not used to being a spider per se, you're still getting used to this fact that like the spider seems to grip onto walls fairly well, but glass is a different feature, and as your legs sort of hits the glass and you sort of slip, the webbing and grip allows you to sort of catch yourself, but you sort of hang out with the light, and you hear a loud pot drop, clang, 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 as the cook goes, "Oh God, I dropped a stew! Oh, geez!" As he scurries and begins to try and clean it up before anyone notices. You are free to exit.
Do I want to try something? How reckless am I feeling?
I don't know. How reckless are you feeling? Roll a dice?
Yeah, I think I will. Say anything above a 10, I'm feeling reckless. Alright.
Damn.
I am going to reach out with my telepathic bond to the bartender.
Okay. What do you say?
Please don't scream. Do not make anyone aware that I am speaking to you. You may respond to this message.
I imagine that when someone's talking in their mind, if it's anything like mine, it is very much like an inner voice that sort of does take on the same affectations that a physical body would.
Sure.
So you hear a sudden as a response.
Fair enough.
Who said that?
Does he respond telepathically?
She does.
Or
yes.
does he say that? Yeah, okay. She does. I am a friend. I am not associated with the Redbrands. My friends and I are investigating their wrongdoings in this town.
Are you in this inn?
Yeah,
Can you meet me in the cellar?
sure.
Alright, I'll be right there. She rolled a natural 20 on her wisdom saving throw.
Not to like scream.
I'm still going to stick to the corner because I don't super trust her, but
You see her walk in and begin to sort of look around for you.
I'm here. But you cannot see me.
Arcane stuff. Got it.
Kinda.
Who are you?
A friend that wants to help. You don't seem affiliated with these Redbrands. Am I right?
Definitely not. They took over the inn this moment they got here. this is a rougher place to say Stonehill. Stonehill. But, and as much as I don't mind a fight or two, this is just beyond what I can control.
I can imagine. Is there anything you can tell me about what they're doing here, or how many of them there are, where they might be operating out of other than here?
Do you have blind sight, dark vision? You do. Okay,
I do, yeah.
Okay, cool. She's going to take a step out and go, Janelle, get that cleaned up for me, please, would you? And then slam the door. I don't really know what they're doing. They talk of someone named Glassstaff. Sounds like that's their boss. Yeah. I've heard mention of a spider.
Ironic.
How so?
Are you gonna scream?
No. Are you going to attack me?
No.
Then no.
Just
You
before
see, you can see her fists are clenched, ready to strike something.
Alright, before I do this, does this window over here open? Or door?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Actually, I can't tell. Is that a door? I think it is a door. She opens it and then goes to grab a barrel of muck, a bucket of muck, and then sort of goes out and just sort of tosses it out.
Great. As she turns around, I will skitter in front of her and revert from my wild shape.
Cool. Go to your sheet and hit the rewind button that's up in the top of the bar. She steps back in and an audible gasp this time.
What did I say?
You just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah, look, fair enough. Alright.
If they find you in here, they'll kill you.
Yeah, hence why I was a spider.
You're what?
Yes.
You're the spider?
No. Not the spider, I was a spider.
It's all so confusing.
I was hidden.
Right. Well, you're here to help.
Yeah, what's your name?
What is her name? Fantasy name generator.
Charlotte.
Beth.
Roberta.
Charles Fern.
Low. You can call me Low.
Hello.
Okay, Fern.
Low Hallow.
Yes, I'm here to help. We work for Sildar. You know Sildar?
No.
Really? I thought everybody knew Sildar.
No, I've pretty much had to keep to the inn to make sure they don't destroy this place.
Fair enough. Well, that's who we work with.
Okay.
Point is, we're here to help. We just need to know how. We need to know what they're here for and how many of them there are before we go on a guns blazing suicide mission.
Well, there's anywhere between a dozen to 2 dozen here at any time. It's normally probably the busiest here at this, either in the morning or in the evening when meals need to be prepared.
Makes sense. You don't see them coming or going from somewhere in particular?
They do seem to take shifts here in terms of sleep. I'm not entirely sure where they go, but I have seen them leave west when they're no longer needed to be on patrol, or when, say, their day's duty's done.
West from here or west out of town?
West from here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well, I try not to get involved in too much because I don't want to get in any trouble.
Yeah, no, that is wise. Do not put yourself in unnecessary danger. But perhaps if you, by chance, overhear anything, I could meet you here by this back door, and you could fill me in.
You sort of see that she sort of thinks for a second. With that previous insight, you sort of look at her and you can tell that she's fighting between the decision and she's thinking. It's like that fight or flight methodology where she's like, I don't want to get in trouble. I can't risk it. These bastards suck. I need to do something, anything to help, but they could hurt me.
I will not ask you to put yourself in unnecessary danger. But you know better than most that they cannot continue in this town.
She's sort of staring away but nodding, just sort of.
You don't
Agree.
even need to do anything. All you need to do is stand by the back door, and I will reach out telepathically as I did before.
What if I left you a note?
Even better.
I often have to make trips in to get provisions in the mornings. Where would be the best place to leave it?
Probably the Lion Shield Costa.
I can do that. I normally go between there and Barthen's.
We can trust them.
Okay. Who do I leave it to? Who do I say it's for?
Leave it for the Dreamer.
The Dreamer. Okay. If I hear anything, I'll let you know.
Thank you, Lo. You are doing heroic work.
I guess. And she sort of shuffles to the door and sort of looks out again. You better get going. They often take a walk around eventually. I can't leave this door open for good.
Thank you for your help.
No worries.
I will check both ways to make sure no one is in my eyesight.
Yeah, perception check.
God damn.
Pretty clear.
Yep. All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye. And she'll close the door. And oh no, you can't see anymore, so you don't know what she does in there.
She immediately tells the Redbrands.
She goes to grab a crossbow.
Yeah.
Loads it.
She goes to grab a broom to squash the spider with. Hang on. Rolled up.
And then I will just kind of nonchalantly probably take the... What's this in front of me that I can't see?
It looks to be a sort of just another household.
Okay.
Just a general house.
I will take the long way around.
Okay. Give me a stealth check. This time it's just straight.
Yeah, I not necessarily trying to sneak, more so making it look nonchalant,
Okay.
as if I'm just strolling around town, which I guess is also stealth in its own way. But
It's more just to see if you can keep out of line of sight from anyone that might be keeping watch on the outside.
ooh, okay, those good rolls to start
That's
with have disappeared.
Oh, good. Keep
Oh,
going.
yeah.
It's back. They didn't squish her.
You'll notice, actually, this is a cool feature. I think if you actually go near one of these windows, like if I drag you here, it then shows the inside, right? Oh, no, it doesn't.
Nope.
Never mind. Ignore me.
Oh no, what's happened to my token? There we
Oh
go.
no.
I fixed it.
The four of you are still waiting outside. As you do so, you see actually 3 members take a step out. What looks to be a large, brutish gentleman, similar to the bouncer. Someone in some more refined gear, and just a general Redbrand. They seem to sort of talk to the guy at the front for a second, and then begin to take a step, walk towards the west. Syl, Your cards are doing great. You see this Rhapsody, and as you sort of take a look around, you also get the sense that you can you hear a twig snap off to the west, and you go, I know that twig snap. That's Dreamer.
So just clarification, west or east?
Oh shit! I said sorry, east. It is
Thank you.
in all directions. The east is what she meant as well, not the west.
Okay.
I apologize.
Just wanted to double check. I had to double check that one.
No,
Sorry.
that is
Yeah.
absolutely fair. I don't know why I get my west and east mixed up so much.
I do the same.
I do the same.
East. I thought you meant west.
That's what I said. I said west. What are you guys talking about?
Please.
Never eat soggy East Bix.
As you begin to come around this building, Dreamer, you do see that these three men particularly the three that you had been listening to intently, begin to walk towards this way. Not directly to you, but taking the path.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna walk past them as if I fucking belong here. I haven't done anything wrong.
As you do so, the big guy sort of looks at you and sort of scowls. As he sort
Ignore that.
of spits on the ground.
Fine.
The captain goes, "Hold up a second."
Do we
Can I
see this
help you?
happening?
Yeah, you could all. You may not be able to see it right now if you're not in the right position, but you can definitely hear him say that. Like, you're one of those new ones that have come through, right?
Oh, something like that.
How long you
You
guys?
are?
Doesn't matter who I am. I'm part of the guard here. How long is your lot here for?
Oh, not long. Just concluding some work and then we'll be on our way.
Hey, Dreamer, how's it going? Are you all finished not being suspicious?
Do you really say that?
Thank you.
I think so.
Give me a charisma check. A charisma saving throw, sorry.
Saving them.
Mm-hmm. See how well you can stumble over your words. He turns to look at you all. Go on, sorry.
Oh, there's my assistant. Dreamer, can you come here? God, I've been working on this magic. I need you to help me with this one, please. Keeps fumbling with the cards.
Sorry, sir. I was just taking a walk. And then
I
this
know.
fine gentleman here stopped for a chat.
I know it's a beautiful town, and I know that we need to perform at the end. Like we've got music and entertainment. We just need to get this trick sorted so we can entertain everyone.
The
Alright.
captain sort of steps forward to the three of you. Because he wouldn't see. He probably would see Trey, but would not really paying attention to that just yet. Well, I knew you puppies all like to walk around in packs. Tell you what, I'll give you to sundown tomorrow. No, I'm a fair bloke. I'll give you to sunrise in 2 days. If you guys aren't gone by then, a tax is due.
And how much is this
are
tax?
How
Tax
much?
is always due, but how much? Yes.
Depends. How much do you have on you?
Nothing.
Oh, you could reach into my pocket and find out, big boy, if you really wanted to.
Holy shit.
Fliben's gonna stop talking. They're not making.
The Dreamer is going to reach out to everybody she possibly can telepathically. Guys, shut the fuck up for like 2 seconds, please.
Listen to me, strange boy. Do your job here in town, then get on your way. We don't take kindly to strangers here.
Courteously bows. Fair
So-
enough.
He locks eyes, looks you up and down. It's like taking a solid mental picture of you. Come on, gents. Boss wants to see us. And they continue on. As does this one.
Just get one last look.
Well, things were going all right there until the end.
Are you okay, Dreamer?
Oh yes, I'm fine.
Good.
Thank you for the assist. It was unnecessary, but I appreciate the thought. I learnt a lot. We should chat, not here.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we're all staying at the regular inn, shouldn't we? So
Yes.
why not chat there?
And we should also find Sildar. He may know some things.
Trey, you being the most perceptive of the lot, note that the bouncer looks to have taken a couple of steps down and is keeping a watchful eye on you, having seen the commotion.
I just sort of like motioned everyone else and like, being watched, we should probably head now if we're gonna.
Okay.
I don't remember what I looked like.
I'm fairly sure they will.
Oh,
Very nice.
Oh no,
Hey,
I want dark.
It's the tree.
Let's get Dreamer back here.
Did Sildar say what he was going to be up to today? Is he going to be hanging out at the Stonehill Inn? Or...
What did Sildar say? I think you'd have a good idea that if he's not at the Stonehill Inn, he'll be potentially back and forth between the people he knows, so mainly Barthens and Lion Shield.
Well, it's almost lunchtime. Let's head to the inn and get some food and
I do like lunch.
wait for Sildar to arrive. See if we can catch him on the way in.
All heading to the inn?
Yeah.
Sounds like it's
Alright, I'll move you there.
Plans that involve food are always good plans.
well, here we are at the end.
Just to reduce loading, you make your way down the path or take a path around and catch up with Sildar, who indeed is at the inn at this stage. So, why'd you all find out?
That depends on how safe you think it is to talk right now.
He gestures you to one of the corner tables and sort of gives a nod to Talbot. We'll be fine here.
All right. Well, we just had a little bit of a run-in on what I think is not their boss, but at least a lieutenant. I didn't catch his name, but apparently they work for someone they name the Glass Staff.
Ooh.
The name ring a bell, Sildar?
It's not one I've heard of. If there is any leader here, they haven't made their presence known to the public.
Well, apparently the Glass Staff told them to pretend to be mercenaries and bring this town under their control.
Is he the same person as the spider?
No, but the spider was also mentioned. So I think perhaps this black staff works for the spider.
Goblins were talking. The spider.
Correct, yes. The ones that took Gundren. This whole thing
This is hurting.
may be connected.
So this whole thing is a setup or like mastermind plan for both the town, which means that everything that
Perhaps the Cragmore are planning an expansion of sorts.
How soon did the Redbrands move into this town?
Well, they were here when we first journeyed into this town. Reports I've got from the locals state that they've been here for just under a year. Some sort of commotion about a year and a half ago meant that the town master had to try and recruit more guards to try and protect this area. I believe, and he sort of points to Rhapsody. He's like, I believe Lenine was talking to you about that. The what they call the curse of the pop-ins.
Yeah, yes. I remember that story.
I befriended the barmaid. the
You made a
sleeping
friend,
giant.
Dreamer?
I did. Her name is
I'm
Laura.
so proud of you.
Thanks.
Aw.
Wait, do you
You're
think
welcome.
that do you think I'm not easy to be friends with? We'll get
I've
into
always
that
found
later.
you somewhat intimidating.
Understandable. Anyway, she's going to keep her ear to the ground, see what she can find out for me, and leave a message for me at the Lion Shield Costa should she discover anything.
Your pen pals.
Yeah, something like that. I assumed that is a safe spot, Sildar.
He nods. It certainly can be. I can make sure Lenine's fully abreast of the situation.
Good.
If I
There
may,
seems to
would
be-
you take any offense of me potentially introducing myself if I come across her?
By all means, although she is skittish. She does not... She's afraid, Sildar. I do not want to get her into any more trouble than she may already be.
I understand. I'll talk to Lenine. She can probably speak on my behalf, but even if she can give us things like routines or schedules, we might even be able to use that to our advantage in the future.
Indeed. The other thing of note is that they seem to rotate through the sleeping giant. And when they're not there, they're traveling eastward. In fact, we saw their leader and a couple more of them heading that way as we were leaving. Now,
Were the kidnapped victims?
yes. Now, to my knowledge, the only thing eastward of the sleeping giant of any note is that big manor.
That is
Sounds like
interesting.
We've got a headquarters or a point of entry, or at least somewhere that we can continue our investigation.
Perhaps, but if they were this... If we had to employ this much subtlety just to go near the sleeping giant, I doubt they will want us poking around what may be their headquarters.
Something that big, even though it's burnt out, must have some sort of secret entrance in, or some sort of back entry. I'm sure we can try and scout something out.
I'm sure.
We could sit on a nearby hill and have a picnic. Nothing
I like
suspicious
it.
about
Let's have
I like
a picnic.
that idea.
That is a good idea. We could scout it out.
That is a good idea.
And the
Maybe we can
picnic
get
sounds good too.
get
Sildar, do
sandwiches
you want to have a
stuffed with
picnic?
Potatoes.
Can someone just give me a D20 roll?
My hands are full of
I've rolled enough tonight, and they've all been bad.
I'll do it then if nobody
Come on,
else-
Rhapsody.
Do it.
I
that
dare
way.
you.
If it's bad, we can blame you.
Ha, it's bad, I blame you.
Cool. No worries.
Sildar doesn't come on the picnic.
You know what? Honestly, Rhapsody, roll me a history check.
Oh, okay. This will be just as good, no doubt. Even better.
Cool.
You tried your best, Sean. You...
No, that's right.
I did not build this character for history.
The old jack of all trades. You'll get decent at it eventually.
That that is with Jack of all trades.
That's the first one.
That's where the +1 comes from.
Sildar also looks around. He's like, I think if we're, well, I won't lie. If I show any sign of myself to wherever this hard at may or may not be, I feel like scrutiny would be on me straight away. You lot are probably the most, well, at the very least, you're the most capable of maybe trying to keep out of trouble, or at least not being on constant watch.
Well,
Told them how non-suspicious Dreamer was. I don't.
Yeah.
What?
We now have 2 days to leave, according to the Redbrands.
Hells. Well, I'm gonna proposition this. I think investigating Trisendar is probably a smart choice. Walking up there in daylight, maybe not so much.
Ooh. Night mission.
I do think that, like, under the cover of darkness, we probably could be able to scope out more things. Yes, I agree.
Yeah,
As
so many of us cannot see in the dark is the biggest problem I see, but we'll figure that shit out, I guess.
Well, there are some of us who can, so...
as much as it annoys me, as much as we shouldn't delay, Lenine has offered to try and scout out some potential Cragmaw whereabouts. So we've got that on route, though she is often a quid pro quo kind of person, so potentially any information she does have may not happen until we at least loosen the grip of the Redbrands. We could potentially maybe try and gain some more favor in town and see if we can rally up some people. I know Darren Edamath is looking for potential assistance with a task. If you want to maybe use time to do something else, maybe get the watch off the Redbrands of you.
Was he this bounty hunter that we heard about?
Yes, he owns the orchids off to the northwest.
Ooh.
Okay.
If we were to leave and then come back, would that... I'm assuming that these ruffians, whoever they are not going to accept that we left and then come back, even though they gave us a 2-day time limit. So there is a pressing urge to, unfortunately, deal with them whilst they have a time limit on us.
Agreed, but it may also just allow whatever grievances they have to die down. Miners come through here constantly, as do farmers, so as do also caravans. So in reality, if you're passing through and coming back, it's more, at that point, more business as usual than it is someone investigating. But I'll leave that decision up to you. I'm not going to pressure you to do one or the other. It's more, there are some options if you're interested. How you doing, Indiana Jones Ambrose? Thanks for jumping in, buddy. Well, I might actually get on with talking to Lenine before anything changes. Unless there's anything else you wish to discuss.
No, I think that was all.
Well, I'll leave you to your dealings, and if you need a hand from anything on my end, just let me know. And he gets up, he sort of fixes himself up. Again, he's not wearing... his gear that he would have had when you first met him is still gone. It was taken when the Cragmaws kidnapped him or captured him. So he's just in sort of very plain... He's in decent clothes. He looks like he's in, not dress clothes, but
Yeah.
a bit more than...
Streetwear.
Yeah, sort of business casual kind of fantasy style.
Okay.
But no armor. His armor and just only the sword that he got off the goblins is on him. And he heads out and heads towards the Lion Shield.
Did he see what they want at the orchard, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, if the plan is to check out the manor after dark, then we have some time to kill until then.
We could have the picnic at the orchard.
Roll me another
Yes,
D20, Rhapsody.
Oh,
Cool.
Why? No, you're not me. Stop taking my roles. This is my job. I don't have much in this game. Don't take my roles too.
That's right, we're all taking your roles now, Phoenix.
Ha, ha,
There's
ha.
nothing you can do about it.
Just try and stop me. Yeah, I mean, we can go check out this orchard.
Do you think they have apples?
Quite possibly.
Generally, an orchard requires at least a minimum of some tree-based fruit, which I would assume would include apples.
Who was the?
Actually, sorry, the map does say orchid, not orchard. I misspoke earlier.
Oh.
How you spell it?
Tomato,
Oh
tomato.
my god.
Oh, that means the
No.
building's just a big flower.
I thought it might be like a fanciful name. The
I don't know what you're talking about, Ted. It clearly says orchard.
I am wrong.
Hey man, you have so many trees here. Have you thought about opening an orchard?
No,
So
I'm trying to
that's
build
like
a. I'm
we-
trying to build a flower business with all these apple trees.
I mean, apple blossom is a... Tell that.
Apple blossom is actually a major commodity. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for these apples to blossom, and then we'll be fine. Cool.
It's a song.
Do you want to head over to Edamas?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just need to run to the bathroom real quick, but I'm still listening.
No worries. You make your way around the path. I will say it's probably best that you go north and then take the western path to here. But as you do, you walk past what looks to be a shed that, for most intents and purposes, looks to have been rebuilt very recently. It was somewhat dilapidated. It looks like whatever dilapidated wood was there from potential damage or fire has in fact been stripped and rebuilt. The building itself, the main household that sort of leads into like a fenced off farming orchard. It's very plain and simple. Again, looks like it's been tended to more recently than aged. Who wants to approach?
Yeah, Rhapsody will bound right up to that door. And knock very loudly.
Nice.
Hello?
Does it look like an outhouse?
No. Wait, does what look like an outhouse?
The shed.
No, it looks more like what would probably be like a barn of sorts, but like sort of a small barn that would probably like hold like just basic farming equipment more than it would animals.
Oh,
Can we go into the well and fight face spiders?
can we go into the well and fight the undead hand?
No.
Okay.
You can roll to see if you can roll for an undead hand and go in there if you'd like. You head up to the door, and where is it? I don't have it here at my soundboard at the moment. Never mind. Wait, do I? No, never mind. I do have it. There it is. Knock on the door.
Yeah.
It takes a few moments as he tries to quickly create a character.
You told us to go here.
I know. I forgot I didn't have a token for this character just yet.
Just quickly, does it look like there's water at the bottom of the well?
Give me a perception check.
Ask silly questions, get silly answers. That's what I get for this one.
That's fine. That's
Damn
a
it.
good question. You look down. It does look like the well is low, but there is definitely like a sound of water dripping in there.
Is there like the rope in the bucket tied?
Yes. It's currently up.
Sweet. Flicks a gold coin into the well.
I can't get this character figured out fast enough. Never mind. I'll have them ready for next time. A gentleman opens the door. A fairly I'd say a man maybe he's a drow, but in sort of general human age, he looks to be maybe in his late 40s, mid 40s to late 40s. Though still very refined, very well built. Broad shoulders, some pretty deep muscles. You can tell that whatever he's been doing here as a farmer is probably less than what he was doing in a past life. It's a sort of a trickle down effect where like he's probably been done some sort of strength based job before taking on this orchard. Yeah, he looks like a warrior doing farming work. He sort of comes out and he sort of looks out. He's like, "Hello, how can I help you?"
Hello. You're very big.
Why, thank you. You're just a good size. He sort of smiles.
Ah, thank you. Sildar said you might need some help. So we're here to help.
Ah, okay. You're here about my job I've got posted on the board?
I didn't read the job, I'm sorry.
Yes,
Board.
we are, but please remind us of what that job was. Just there were a few on there, unfortunately. So
That's okay. My name's Darren. Daran. Edomath. I used to be an adventurer, but have retired probably in the past couple of years. But it doesn't mean
you
that.
take an arrow to a knee. And
God
that's the
damn
reason
it.
why, or-
No, actually, I got mauled by a moorbounder.
Oh,
Oh, do I know what that is?
that sounds awful.
Give me a intelligence or history check. And I'd say Trey, you can do so as well.
Okay.
Ooh. These rolls tonight.
Oh,
Oh,
Flipbane, you have not.
Reset the server.
Trey, the name rings a bell, but you don't know why.
what?
What?
I'm sorry, I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's okay. They're a beast up north in the on Wildmount, so I doubt you ever would see one. Big sort of creature, sort of ugly things. But anyway, I used to be a bounty hunter for the Slayer's Take, and decided to retire after many expeditions. Indeed.
I happen to be a current member of the Slayer's Take, you see. It's,
Is that so?
Great interest to me, sir. Yes,
well.
great to meet a common member.
For the unenlightened, could somebody tell me what the Slayer's Take is?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
No,
Understood.
I'll sort of.
They're a group of people that basically do monster hunting and things of that nature. They're not necessarily a roguish group, but they're a kind of like a monster hunter group.
Huh?
They deal with things outside of the usual bandits, but troubling beasties that end up attacking areas, and that's
Oh.
generally what they're known for.
You're not going to hunt me, are you?
Are you a troubling beastie?
I.
Not unless
Rhapsody looks very nervous.
not unless you
That's right,
decide
I think.
to turn into some sort of monstrosity or something. Definitely not. Your friends there is pretty spot on. We're bounty hunters for hire, but in most cases, our main task is to hunt beasts and return with their hides or their materials for part of the job. A wizard might want
Hand
to,
reaches behind me to reflect the rabbit tail.
a wizard or some muckety muck might need, some sort of specific blood or bone of a certain beast for a spell or a potential antiquity to hang up on a wall, and it's our job to do it. But yeah, you are right
Trophy
in that.
hunters for hire.
Trophy hunters for the most part, but definitely we try and take a noble cause and try and help take down beasts that are causing disrupt.
And hey, everybody needs spell reagents. Apparently, that's a thing. I don't know. I don't know much about that.
In either case, that's almost a decade beyond me now. I moved up this way to sort of set up a lifestyle, and this orchid was available, so I took it. But it doesn't mean that I guess I haven't been keeping an eye on things, or keeping ears out for any disturbances. The job is pretty straightforward. A couple of prospectors who've come through have told me about a potential disruption happening at in a landmark just south of here, a place called Old Owl Well. Supposedly there's some sort of undead or like sort of being seen in the area. I'm more or less just seeing if I can get someone to investigate it for me and potentially clear out anything that's causing disrupt, because that is pretty close to the actual main trade path.
We might be able to assist with that, right, guys?
I mean, sure.
Yes, I think.
I'm
I'd be happy
here
to
to help.
Well, delightful. Well, I can show you where it is on the map if you'd like. He'll. Does
That would
anyone
be helpful,
here have a map?
please.
Yes. I open the map.
Yep. If you all go to, Simple Quest and open that up and look at Cliff Keep Mountains, you'll see appearing in just a
Ooh.
second is a place called Old Owl Well. Looks to be just south of the bridge you would have taken on the Black Valley Path. In fact, I would say you would have seen it as you were riding along, a little hillside that sort of goes up, and there's like an old stronghold of sorts that looked to be maybe crumbled. Very much like just the basic brick ruins.
How far away is that in terms of, I don't know, days?
That would
Hours?
potentially be a day and a half's journey.
Okay.
Oh, there and back or there?
There. If you remember correctly, like just where that sort of intersection is where the bridge is, you sort of rested there for the night before moving on to this place, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha.
So about like a good, I'd say, 3/4 of a day to travel there, then maybe the remainder of the day to get to Old Owl Well. So it'd barely be nightfall. It's midday now, so you'd probably get to the intersection before the end of the day. And yeah.
I mean, they wanted us out of here, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
In either case.
We were exiled. Really cool.
Really? You lot?
Well,
You don't seem that tough.
As I say the words out loud, it kind of sort of sinks into me, why?
Apparently
Wait.
they don't like my magic skills, or they just don't want us around in the next couple of days. Who's to say exactly what they don't like?
they don't seem to like much of anything.
I
No.
think they're bullies.
And you see, like he's sort of polite face sort of furrows for a second. He's like, you're talking about these Redbrands, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Stick in the mud is what they are. I've had a couple of
Fan?
scrapes. I've had a couple of scrapes with them. I've kept civil. I did not want to push my luck and cause any issues. I'd hate to see what on a good day what I'd do to them.
I don't want to speak out of turn, but the time for civility may be coming closely to an end.
I see. Well, I'd be interested to know more. If you help me out with this, and you wish to fill me in on any details, I'd be happy to lend a hand. And there would also be payment. I'm not a fool, and I don't have much in the way of gold, but I do have a couple of trinkets left over from my adventuring days that I could provide.
Trinkets, you say?
Right now, what I'd probably be
That's one shield.
willing to be to pass up is my boots.
Ooh.
I'd say they definitely give you, ironically, an upper hand more than a foot.
Uh-huh. That's a good
Ah,
joke.
yes, the boots of the additional hand. I've heard tell.
I don't have a time frame on this. It's just if you are going past Old Ardwell, I'd be happy for someone to take a look for me. Any undead, really, particularly in this area, is never a good sign.
Understandable.
No.
Well, we've been told to leave town for a few days, and that seems like a perfect opportunity to do a little bit of good. Perhaps gain a strong ally in the meantime.
Yes. Another friend.
That too.
Well, just let me know how you go. No one else has inquired about it since I put the poster up this morning, so...
Ooh.
Just curious, is there anyone else that's also having trouble outside of town that no one else has taken up on? Apologies, we are still quite new and getting used to accustomed to this.
That's, it's a fair question. I know your sister Gorell came back from a recent, journey. She looked a little bit battered.
We did hear about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
From what I gathered, it was more that she just got into a spot of bother with what she was tasking herself to do. Don't think it was an attack of any sort. More that she got herself into that trouble.
Where was she exactly when? What was
I'm
she doing at that point? Are you aware?
not entirely sure. I know that she was going to investigate something to do with, well, something to do with an old curse that had been around this area. And he points to the garage. Actually, one of the old owners of this place basically absconded with an old maid and left this place to sort of dereliction, which is why it was so easy for the taking for me when I got here.
Ooh.
Supposedly they found his body in a house just sort of southwest of this, what they call a hag's hut. Seems like that the lady he went off with was actually pretending to be someone that she wasn't.
A lot happens in this town.
Rhapsody, give me your choice of either an intelligence or a history check. I know those aren't your strong suits, but
No, they will probably... History will probably be better.
that part that he talks about rings a bell from what you had heard. That the tale you had heard in West Run did specify basically about 3 or 4 people that were part of the poem of the hag.
Yeah.
But the specifics you can't remember.
No.
Darren goes on, he goes, Pip was saying something about his friend Carp getting into trouble, but I'm not entirely sure what that was about. Linen had some issue with some of the goods she was trying to get.
Yeah, I think we solved that one for her.
Oh,
We
nice.
helped, yeah.
And I think there was another job when I posted my thing up this morning about a potential an ogre sighting just north of here.
Oh, I think I
Yeah.
stole that one already. We're going to look into that at some point.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
We're going to look at it at some point, guys. That's a really Slayer's take thing to do.
Ooh,
Not
okay.
something you're tasked with, maybe?
No, not that particularly, but I have a task.
Opportunity to help.
Yeah, exactly. Opportunity to help. Any task,
Yeah.
any task. Yeah, good. Ha ha ha. Yeah.
What are you hunting, friend?
We don't hunt friends.
Yeah, no, of course we not. We don't do that. No, why would we do that? That'd be bad. Why would we hunt a friend? That'd be terrible.
Take a breath, Trey.
Yeah, breathe in.
Yeah.
Look, okay, you guys, look, I didn't really want to do this right now. But I kind of am on a mission here. And
Ooh.
I need to get these scales from a black dragon.
Oh. Just like that, huh?
Yeah. So
What do
Like
you need
that-
him for?
the initiation ritual for being part of the Slayer's take, you know?
I was gonna say,
Oh.
you didn't strike me for an actual take member right now, mate.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Hopefully.
Well, if you're on an initiation, that's fair. I'm guessing it's somewhere in this area.
There were sightings to the north, supposedly, up in the mountains.
Okay. One take friend to another. I'll have a look into that for you. But if you find something beforehand, if you complete your task, you can bring the goods back to me. I'm still certified enough to give the stamp of approval on them.
Ooh.
Ray does pick up a little bit of this and is like, well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. My credentials are still intact enough that I could, write a letter of authority to confirm the mark being done.
Well, wow, I wasn't expecting to honestly find another member here, but yeah, I'd definitely report back to you. And he gives like a very slight, awkward, sort of stunted bow. He's not really sure what to do in this situation.
I give you some of my scales of off.
Wait, you
I'll
what?
probably say you need dragon scale. My scales are kind of
From a black dragon, unfortunately,
Oh.
Footbane. Otherwise, I would have,
I don't see
asked you
that.
nicely.
Yeah.
We could paint them black, right?
And you turn to you.
Yeah, I'm very good at
Yeah.
painting.
Whoa.
I'm very happy to be saying this loudly
Folks,
enough.
folks, we don't skin other folks. That's barbaric. You look like a
No, but
good.
he sheds his scales, right?
Yeah.
You look like a nice chap. I wouldn't like. No. Why would anyone want to hurt you?
Oh, I
Well,
definitely.
No,
I've
some
never
of them
stepped
fall
in.
off some. Yeah. It occurs to me at this point that I was attempting to like subvert the accusation thing with you, and I'll just shut up.
It's like you do make a good point there, Footbane. The scales do fall off. He just sort of like taps his chin for a moment.
Yes, but in order for scales to fall off on a black dragon, it was a black dragon you said, right?
That's right.
How did you imagine of taking or having scales fall off a black dragon in the first place?
don't
Finding its corpse
shed
or a
them?
tree that it had rubbed up against.
I can ask them and nicely. No. I
Wait,
do have
just-
persuasion on charisma checks involving dragon. Advantage. The expertise.
Shouldn't we leave that to the bard out of character?
I love
Look, you
making
guys-
new
Look,
friends.
Asta.
I'd make friends with a dragon.
Well, look, you guys. I mean, look, I as I said, I didn't want to put this out on the table now because we've got some bigger concerns. But look, that is eventually the goal that I am aiming for. So
I will
If-
help you, Trey.
it just sort of like bows his head and is like, "Well, I didn't really want to ask you, but I very much appreciate it. And if there's anything else that each of you would need to do individually, I'd be more than happy to help you in turn. Give and take.
Mention I want thunder.
Slayer's take.
Going up against a black dragon sounds interesting, actually.
Your
Still,
mug's cutting out. Floodbane, by the way.
yeah, you're dropping it. So like
okay.
at the end of words. Still,
Okay.
you don't have to say this public if you don't want to, but where would Sil have grown up in?
Secrets.
Above table, if need be, so no one would actually know this.
Far away is all they need to know.
Okay, just chat me if it's like what location you had in mind, because we haven't actually locked that in yet. So
Yep, no, all good. I will.
I guess we'll add Black Dragon to the list of things to hunt.
This list is getting very long.
Our to-do list is getting very long. And
Here's
we
the
keep
thing.
accepting more things and not doing the things on them.
I think
why we-
that's the problem, yes.
We take care of as many of them at once as we can. It's brilliant.
Collect them all and then do them in bulk.
Exactly.
That's just efficient.
One-handed.
That's efficient adventuring.
if it's all right by you lot, I actually need to get back to getting this
Ooh,
orchid
ooh.
figured out.
Before you go, what kind of fruit do you grow?
Apples mainly. You might have seen my booth in the center town.
Apples? Hell yeah, they were delicious.
Oh, good. Glad you enjoyed it.
Well,
I suppose we could have some more?
Yeah, it's a copper apiece. I can get a couple of fresh ones off the tree if you like.
Adventuring's hard work.
It sure
I
is.
toss him a gold piece.
Give me. Rhapsody, give me a persuasion check.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna let a bard do any persuading.
Yeah.
Give me a second as he grabs the gold and then
Just
throws
one
it back
for
to
the
you.
road?
And he'll go inside for a minute or two, and then he'll come back and you'll have basically his sort of shirt sort of like slightly covered up, and he's got about a half dozen apples there. He's like, "Here you go, kid."
Thank you. Rhapsody will take 2.
And for the rest of you, of course.
thank you.
I will take an apple and crunch it up whole.
I should say, very pleased to make your acquaintance.
No, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you. I sort of.
I'm Rhapsody.
Nice to meet you,
We gotta
Rhapsody.
get
yes.
better at saying our names out loud. And
We
not
I
do
just
need to
say
do that.
my name a lot.
You do.
I-
You're right.
I just sort of like again bow slightly and I'd just be like, yes, I am Trey, and maybe I don't know, maybe you would know my mentor Nina, maybe you don't.
Nina. Yeah,
That's right.
good girl.
Hey.
She'd probably only just been initiated just before I left, but interesting take on monster hunting.
You could say that again. And Trey just sort of absent-mindedly twirls the pistol.
Ah, I see you've got a similar fashion.
Yeah, looking into it. Hoping to make something of it, you know. Speaking of which, I need to stop by the blacksmith at some point, you guys. But we'll worry
me
about that
too.
later. Ooh, we can make a joint of it.
Come see me
I'm
when you're
full
done
on
with
Stormborn. Oh,
Come see me when you're done with your hunt.
What kind of instruments do blacksmiths sell?
Uh,
Is this a joke or is this a question, Rhapsody?
It was a genuine question.
Anyway, guys, I'm gonna leave you.
Yeah,
and
we're
you
just
walk
gonna
back
sit here
in.
and talk out the front of your house for the next 20 minutes.
Sorry, guys. I probably should have introduced you all properly. That's my
No,
bad.
that's
Goodbye. Also, hello. Nice to meet you.
Hi, thank you for the apples. He's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look. It's nice to meet someone from my organization out here, and it just turns out he's a lovely gentleman. So look, that speaks kind of highly of me, doesn't it? Of course.
Yeah, you're a lovely gentleman too, Trey.
Oh, thank you.
You. Yes.
Well, I mean, that's actually giving me a bit of information here, but if anything, I think we have somewhere to start, hey?
Is anyone else on some kind of personal quest that we should know about? Actually, you
Yes.
know what? Don't tell me.
I was gonna say, if it was a personal
My
quest, I
mouth
don't think
opens
everyone's
and then
quite talking
then
about it.
closes.
So
We'll when we get back to town next, assuming we're about to head south and do this whole undead thing, we should play that game that Kuiper was talking about.
Ooh.
Could do that. I do
Yeah.
apologize
what
for
game?
this.
Yeah.
What game is that?
We'll get blackout drunk and share our secrets.
I've
True.
heard something like that. It's what the fuck is up with that, or something like that?
Yeah, that's what it was.
I believe that's the colloquial Tal'Dorei term for it.
I think its subtitle name is "Screw the DM Storylines."
Pretty much, yes.
Well, like,
I refuse to
break,
allow you to
DM.
build a narrative.
Trey does
You-
again sort of like bow his head again and apologize to Rose. Like, look, I'm sorry to sort of air my laundry and open like that, but I would be much
That's-
obliged if you were to help me with this once we deal with their more pressing matters.
that's what friends are for. We're friends.
We are,
Yeah.
definitely.
Friends help each other.
Yeah, but you're not obliged to.
Mm.
In any case, we have more pressing things to deal with, as I say.
To the blacksmith. Find out what instruments he has.
I wonder if you just put like a flute mouthpiece on the end of a bellows and it just makes squeaking noises.
He just gives you a hammer and a metal plate.
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
Anything's an instrument if you try hard enough.
Trey just sort of
Everything's
stops for Trey stops for a second and he's like, you know what? I think they might actually have an instrument at the blacksmith.
Really?
Yeah, I have an idea. Wait, hang on a second. Do you have a violin, Rhapsody?
No, not yet. I don't think.
Okay. That's
No,
alright.
I don't. Not yet.
That's
One
alright.
day.
Yeah,
That's
'cause-
my personal vision.
well, at that point, the musical instrument that I'm thinking of could become 2 instruments, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
To the blacksmith.
To the
The
blacksmith.
blacksmith.
To the blacksmith.
Hey, I don't know if we talked about this when we got it, but does anyone mind if I wear this cool ass crown, or did anyone want it?
Fuck, no, wear it.
If you don't want it, I will absolutely take it off your hands, but it is
mean-
more of a druid item, so please have it if you want it.
We can roll for it if you like. I say out
Who
of
wins
character.
if you both roll?
That's
The
up
worst
to
result.
you.
If
Trey
you want it,
immediate-
we'll roll for it. But
Trey immediately offers up his dice set and is like, "You guys rolling for something?"
that feels fair.
Just yeah,
Alright.
we'll hand the dice set to both of you.
What
I'm just
do
like,
we-
all right, well I'll
Trey's got a
mediate.
gambling addiction. Jesus.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not an addiction. I just like
Just
it.
want to do a.
I can
flat-
stop whatever I like.
It's not an
Sure.
addiction if you keep winning.
Damn it, I was going to say that.
Flat D20 highest wins.
Sure. Watch these 2-note ones, people. Let's
Mhm.
go.
Yeah. Oh, I'm fucked.
Yahtzee. Oh wait.
Trey's playing a completely different game.
Enjoy.
No, you can keep it.
I'd seriously.
Whoever wins gets their way.
Rhapsody's wearing enough things on his head. He does not need a crown.
All right, I will keep the crown for now.
Keep
It
it
actually
and
does
let
take up the
Rhapsody
same
borrow it
inventory slot.
occasionally. How about that?
I would say you definitely would have had time to attune it and equip it if you need be as well.
Yeah.
You.
Trey just sort of blinks for a moment and is like,
So there's a shield next to it. If you would click that as well, that will equip it.
Oh yeah.
And that
Hey,
now it's attuned, it's applied as well. You'll see.
come on. Are there any owlbears or owls within 1,000 feet of me?
Yeah, let me have a quick read about how this crown works again.
while you're reading, Trey's just like blinking at the both of them. He's
Um,
like, that's not how dice rolls are supposed. Okay, look, you know what? Never mind. Friendship is magic.
I won. I get to choose what happens with it, right? And I want Dreamer to have it.
Dreamer, you
let's have that.
take a moment to sort of picture, like you sort of stroke the picture of what looks to be an owl on top of the crown, and as you do so, you sort of get this radiating pulse. An invisible pulse goes out for 1,000 feet, and as it does, you hear as it echoes off, but nothing returns.
It's all right, Rhapsody. I think the crown's broken anyway.
Okay.
Uh,
Just
Look nice, though.
promise me if you do sense an
Die?
owlbear, you let
Okay.
me know.
Yeah, okay. I will.
Because
I will tell you
that's
as
priority
soon as
1 from now on.
make sure you roll that as well, because it will to take a charge off.
I... Oh, okay. Usability.
There you go, and it will automatically recover the moment you have a long rest.
Cool.
I think is it a long rest or a day?
Long rest. No, all charges at dawn. Daily at dawn.
Okay, so when it clocks over to dawn, it will recharge.
It's a good tool, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is a good
That
tool.
It is
that
a very
feature
good tool.
that feature I think only works because I've got the time
Oh,
modules added in.
Good timer. Yeah.
Yeah. You enter into the blacksmith. Who's going in?
Me, I want to see this instrument.
Sylvain's
Trey's-
sitting outside just playing with both his cards and his dice sets, and that's it.
All right. Well, I
In
guess yeah.
that case, Rhapsody's going to leave Bo outside to keep an eye on Sybil. And then walk in.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I think you broke up there, Adam. But
Yeah, I
yeah.
did actually. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say that. There you go. Go
yeah,
ahead.
you enter in, and as you all walk in, you can see towards the left of the entrance, where what looks to be the main smithing area, you can hear the sound of metal on metal as the blacksmith is there banging away. Cling, cling, cling.
It's the same gentleman we saw last time I came through.
Yeah, it is.
Crazy little gnome man.
Crazy little gnome man. Dwarf, actually. He's supposed to be a dwarf.
Oh,
But,
dwarf, sorry.
yeah, but scruffy beard, soot all over the place. Cling, cling, cling,
My
cling.
friend, we're back, as I told you I would be.
Oh, hey, how we doing?
Pretty good.
Hi.
Oh, look at that. There's another one. You want some boom boom powder too?
Oh, no, not
no.
these ones. No, we've come for other matters this time. But I'll let my
Aye.
friend speak to you first.
What can I do for you?
Rhapsody.
Oh.
Oh, well, actually, let me handle this one for you because I think that you need an instrument, and I was wondering if you might have any long, thin sheets of metal.
Oh
handy.
no.
6 white boomers.
No sheets of metal at the moment, but I could easily put some together.
How much would that set us back just for a long, thin sheet of metal that, say, a grung-sized person might be able to wobble back and forth in a rhythmic motion?
Let me go check my materials.
Appreciate it. And I just turn to Rhapsody as he disappears, and I'm like, and then later, if you get one of those violin bows, you can decode it into what's called a musical saw.
That sounds aggressive.
It's terrible. I can't wait.
Rhapsody's eyes are so big he's speechless. For the first time in a very long
That's
time,
never
he's
happened.
not asleep. He almost looks broken. He's just
Or in mourning.
well, yeah.
He comes back
You
a
know
second
so
later.
many things.
Let's see. I got some steel ingots there. I can probably put together and smelt out into something like a thin sheet. Is what you're looking?
Yeah, long and thin.
Yeah, I could probably get that done over the next day.
Much obliged.
5 gold.
Done deal, my friend. How much gold do I have? Yeah,
Oh, I can pay. Thank you.
Up.
Whoever gives him the money, he takes it. And he's like, but
I did.
how's that little one going to be? They're carrying it. Look at all the stuff they got.
Oh, don't worry. They're. I just sort of turn and look at Rhapsody and give him a little grin. I'm like, "They're a
He
lot
actually
tougher than
he
you give
pushes
them
right past you, and goes straight up to Rhapsody and like starts like pulling on like all your straps and things. Like,
Hey,
look at all these
gentle.
leather.
Hey,
Hey,
I'll step forward and stare directly into his face.
back off, Sonny. I'm looking at this. You got a leather and string and cotton and the bull crap. What you need like
Bull crap. That's
need,
my
like-
instruments.
no, the instruments are beautiful though. They're lovely, but you're holding them all like as if they're like just trinkets and things. You need like some sort of mechanism that can hold them all together at once.
Yeah,
Could you
what?
do something like that?
That's brilliant.
Yeah, possibly. I could at least make a better carrying case so you could just sort of. That's a drum on your back, yeah?
Yeah.
And you got some pretty big feet.
Yeah.
I love this character.
Hey, I could make something so that way, like you just stump your foot down and then it makes the drum go.
Holy shit.
How much?
Mm,
How
yeah.
much?
Oh, no. And I could probably put that tuba there so on the side so you could just blow into it whenever you want. And he starts like, again, now that you're interrupted, like he's just yanking on every bit. He's like, yeah, put this one here and I could do that. Let's see, it's probably going to cost me like about, need some refinement and I need to bury it down so that way it doesn't just break on weight. Probably about 10 gold.
Done. Throws the 10 gold at him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how long it. I probably need to sit down with you and actually like figure out sizes and dimensions and things.
Well, I'm here now. Measure while we talk.
And he just pulls out like this large metal ruler. he's like, and he's slap. It's like I can't count. I just just smacking it against. And it's like, all right. Okay, it's gonna take me a while, and I probably need you to come in and try fitting on every now and then while I try and make it.
Whatever it takes. Sounds
Oh, well,
amazing.
we've just been exiled from the village. But we're coming back. Never mind.
Oh, you gotta be
Need to
excited.
fi-
I'll forward
No
it to
way.
you. But it'll probably take 3 months at that point.
We
God.
haven't.
I won't know where
been
you're going, so I'll send it everywhere I can.
Speak for yourself.
We gotta
Well-
stop treating that like it's a gospel. That's not official
Right.
yet, and we can still do something about it.
Right. Maybe.
Hey,
Never mind.
no, go.
There
Sorry,
is
Flipper.
very little that will keep me from coming back for this apparatus.
He will burn this. He will burn this town to the ground to get this apparatus.
Maybe not that far, but
Well, Jess might.
oh dear.
Did you need anything from the blacksmith, Woodbane?
I don't think so.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I got armor and I got swords and I got all things swinging and damaging and ouch, ouch, ouch.
And a very smart brain.
Who said?
I was
Your brain.
I was wondering if you had any experience making jewelry.
Oh, I did. You go.
No, it's okay, Floodbane. You go ahead.
I was just thinking, if I acquired a holy emblem, could you maybe craft it into the shield I have?
Oh, I can do that. Yeah, that'll just cost about like a silver just to weld it on.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Jewelry and I like big things, so I could get making some chains.
It can be big. That's fine.
I'm making some chains. They're as big as an arm.
Oh, maybe not that big.
2 arms.
Whose arm
That's
size,
even
though?
bigger.
It is bigger.
Like my arm, or Dreamer's arm, or...
I'm looking for a necklace to replace one that I lost recently.
Oh,
It's fine if you are unable to do so, but
no, probably, probably, honestly, if you're looking for, like, jewelry and that, like, you'd probably want to speak to, well, she's gone now, but, Sel.
oh, one of the ones that were taken by the Redbrands, yes?
She talks about jewelry a lot.
Okay, well, thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
But you want a big chain. You want, like, ooh, yeah, look at me, I'm a tough guy.
Not quite. More delicate than that.
Yeah.
Perhaps you could assist me, though, in preparation for this piece of jewelry. Be able to smelt something down for me. Just turn it into an ingot that I could later repurpose into jewelry.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Good. I will toss him Clark's Morningstar.
Ooh, that's a big one. Where'd you steal from this from?
A particularly vicious bugbear.
Bugbears are luckily.
I'd like to keep it as a reminder.
Okay, Morning Star. Where's your Morning Star? I'm just having a look at that here.
It's in my inventory.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up now. Alright, when you want to turn this into some ingots,
Whatever raw material you can get out of it.
I could probably get 2 ingots out of it.
Perfect.
Yeah, leave it with me. I'll do this one on the house.
You're very generous.
Well, I'm not doing it on the house. I'll do it in the house.
I see.
Don't make me do it on the house.
Smart. Very smart.
Alright. I'll have it ready with the metal tomorrow.
Thank you.
Well, one last thing, and look, I definitely don't expect you to have this ready tomorrow, or don't even necessarily expect you to be able to create the full thing, but I've been given this, and Trey will set out the blueprint he's received on the table.
Whoa, look at that ring.
Oh,
That's a good
cool
try.
as hell, man.
Yeah, so
What is
basically, I
that?
mean,
Oi!
you know I've got this
That's,
thing.
that's your boomstick.
Yeah, this one, and he just taps on the chamber in the diagram. But this one, 6
6 boomsticks.
in one.
Interesting. I had a lot of boom. That's cool.
My good father has sent me this, but I'm not too sure if anyone here might have the. He just sort of raises an eyebrow gently, and he's just like the skills and the wherewithal to put something like this together.
May I? And he reaches out to grab the paper,
Oh, of course.
and he grabs it and he goes up to a window and it's covered in soot. And he sort of puts it up. He's like, "Look at this." Ooh, that's pretty complex. Not really a big tinkerer, but I don't know. And he points back to Rhapsody. You come back in 5 days, and we'll do our first fitting, and then I'll come back to
Okay.
you, and I'll tell you if I can do it or not.
No problem at all. So should I leave these with you for now?
Would you mind? I'm gonna have to do a bit of research.
Place my trust in you, good sir.
Alright. Be 30 when you get it, though.
That's alright. Not a problem. I can take care of that.
Alright. 5 days.
5
One,
days.
one
it is.
day. 1 day for steel and ingots.
Thank you.
5 days for fitting.
And just out of interest, if we for some reason aren't back in 1 day, would you mind holding the ingot for 5 days?
Yeah, that's yours.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No worries. Anything else?
Thank you, my good man.
No, I think that was everything.
Good. My throat hurts.
As we're walking out.
How the
Ooh.
fuck are you? No, this is not. Stop it, Bo. No.
Do you think we should have got something for sale while we were in there? I feel kind of bad.
You could have come in if you wanted to.
Yeah, but
Actually,
Oh,
what do we
metal,
have-
wouldn't be
metal.
out there all
Oh,
alone.
no. Metal doesn't work well with me, unfortunately.
Plus, my gift is for everybody to enjoy.
What do
Oh,
we
gift did you buy?
I can't wait.
It's a secret.
Oh, I do like secrets.
what do we have in the shed inventory?
We have a bunch of stuff that we probably need to get rid of.
Some of which we could give to Sildar? Question mark.
A scimitar, a hand crossbow, a dagger, a shield, a chain shirt, leather, a breastplate, if anyone wants that. A potion of healing, 3 moss agates, and 1 jade statuette of a frog that does
What?
nothing when licked.
I was going to say the potion. Obviously, we can keep it. Do you guys loot everything that you guys kill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we've not killed a lot, so yes.
Well,
By
I-
definition.
Okay, so percentage-wise of what you have killed versus what you have loot.
90?
Okay, good to know.
I
Why
gotta
would
clutch
you
my
let-
staff close to my chest. I didn't kill anyone for this.
You,
Oh,
All right, Fudd. That's fine. We believe you.
Still, just out of interest, would you prefer to let these things rot in a goblin cave than them actually
Right.
put to some good use?
That is a very interesting question and an answer. Unless you have until the dawn of the next day, I probably won't entertain you with.
Not at all, my good sir. Well, look, in the meantime, I will go through our ill-gotten gains and pull
Yeah.
out perhaps the
Oh, I'm
chain
not
shirt.
judging. It
No,
was
not
not
at
a
all.
judging question.
I
It was an
know.
observation, not a complaint.
No, not at all. I still think it's funny though.
Did
But I'll fish out the chain shirt, the shield, and the scimitar. And I'll just say perhaps we should just give this to Sildar for now.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
yeah, he was missing some stuff. Will they fit him?
That's a good question. Will they fit him? Chain shirt? I assume.
Yeah, reasonably well. Like that's. I'm not going to say that it's goblin sized.
Okay.
If anything, it probably dangled a bit down near their legs. So
They probably stole it from humans in the first place.
That's
exactly.
probably
Yeah.
very true.
We'll kneel down to Rhapsody and just sit there and go, bow that you have, you need to tell me if you have a telepathic duck in future. Okay?
Did he steal all your money at poker? He does that
Yeah.
sometimes.
We have a telepathic dreamer.
What?
So 2 telepathic people. Okay, good to know. I'm good to know these things, but that duck literally had no interest in my magic tricks and then still managed to pick everything that I was doing.
Yeah, he does that sometimes.
He's quite smart.
Ridiculous.
I will kneel down and just kind of stare at Bo in wonderment.
Kratos sort of looks down at his shoes and he's like, I don't feel a magic thing.
We'll get you
Oh.
some magic. It's fine.
If he wants some magical things, that's fine, but trust me, you don't want to have all of those thoughts. It's fine.
Doesn't sound like fun, but I kind of feel left out. It's alright.
We can give you some magical stuff, potentially.
Yeah.
Is that bridge when we come to it, maybe? I'm interested. Color me
Have you
curious.
tried like feeling the weave and blasting ice out of your fingers?
You know what?
You-
I've never actually have.
have you tried communicating with nature and controlling the elements?
I mean, I've communed with nature a few times, but never quite in that way.
Oh,
It just sort of like looks at Rhapsody and is like, I've also never tried singing a song magically. So
What about
well, you don't have to sing. My magic is more about finding joy in things. So maybe you just need to find joy in something.
that's a concept.
have you considered dedicating yourself to a higher power?
I mean, I haven't had a lot of experience with higher powers, but seeing what you guys have experienced and what you
Maybe when we find the black dragon, the dragon can give you magic.
can do.
I wouldn't want to be subservient to a dragon. I hear that they are very, very mean masters. I mean, employers.
No offense, Woodbine. No offense, Woodbine. No offense, Woodbine.
Oh, no, I was thinking what you said about higher powers.
I didn't mean dragonborns. Dragonborns, and I'm talking bigger, meaner, nastier things. No offense to you.
I mean, it might be a friendly dragon.
I'm not sure how I feel about getting power from a nasty thing, honestly.
Oh,
Anyway,
it's fine. So long as you adhere to certain things, is what people have told me. There are people in my sect that have
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Dealt with that.
peering
Happened to a friend of a
curiously
friend of
at
mine.
Syl as he says this.
Everybody's eyes are narrowed on Syl.
Alrighty.
Even bows.
single raised eyebrow.
We're going to do this roll and then we're going to take a break.
No worry.
Let's have a look here. Make sure everyone go to your chat box and turn your rolls to private GM rolls. Why is this? Hold on. How do I clear this?
Only Sean gets to see all these.
I
ones.
love it. It's a party. It's a party
A
inside
party
check.
insight.
It's brilliant.
Oh, weird. Okay. The contested rolls I can only do one-on-one. So if everyone can privately roll me a insight check, and Syl, if you can privately roll me a deception or persuasion check, depending on what you're trying to do.
Both are the same, irregardless. I may roll with advantage on this one.
Ooh.
Secrets.
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 Yep, I'll take the advantage. Thank you.
Oh, righty.
I suppose those
secrets.
apples we ate gave us advantage on
Insight checks.
insight checks. Were they insight apples by any chance?
Syl, state whatever you want to say, whether it's truth or lie. You can say whatever you want.
There are plenty of people that are in my circle that absolutely have sold their souls to devils, archdemons, fae. I mean, I think you've all heard of warlocks, right? Like, a lot of them have done that. I've heard that necessarily the evil ones are not that bad, as long as you abide by their pact, it's completely fine. And a lot of them have rules that you follow. Doesn't necessarily make you the bad person, it just means that you just have to follow a set of rules, unfortunately. That's just all it is.
Based on what he's talking about, like, I'd say all of you have at least heard of pacts and deals with beings of sorts. It's still more or less just talking from knowledge than anything else.
Yeah, that's right. My mentor taught me a lot about the different ways to access the weave and gain powers.
Yeah,
I met a warlock once that was subservient to like an astral juggernaut. Was that what they're called?
there are things like that, yes. I will admit that when I did originally talk about my benefactor, I will admit I am talking about my pact with my one.
Oh, so you have an active pact with the higher power then?
I do indeed, unfortunately. As I said, it is irregardless of whether they're good, neutral, evil, you do have to abide by everything, and therefore we have to await instructions as everyone does. I just have to wait constantly for my one. And you can kind of
what?
see him like tense up. It's like,
Trey's just sort of like tapping his foot and like stroking his beard, and he's like, you know what? It doesn't sound all that different from, I knew a cleric one time, and seemed to be very different, honestly.
We are all beholden to one master or another.
And as you begin to walk down and continue to discuss this, we'll take a quick break. But before we do, you hear in the back of your mind still, as you bring up this information. Careful now. Let's take a quick break, gang, as we move on to the next part of tonight's session. We'll take a 3 to 5 minute break here. Go get yourselves a drink, go get yourself a snack, and we'll see what this group want to do, whether they want to continue on in looking into these Redbrands or take a moment away and maybe investigate a couple of other things happening around the area. Don't go away, gang.
Choose from.
So much to do, so much to see.
No time.
So what's wrong with rolling a d20? See you soon, guys. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to it. This is 16-Bit Glasses presents Phandelver and Below Exandria edition. We are returning back to Joran Village as the crew learn about, I guess, Syl's patronage, or at least that he has a patron.
Good exposition going on.
Yeah.
Subscribe to his patron.
Always subscribe to your patrons. Like, that's how they earn money, and that's how they earn, like, viewership.
Get in
So
the
they can
comments.
Expand the craft.
All
I
right.
certainly didn't examine the token border and think,
They earn 1 cent every time you Eldritch Blast.
I certainly didn't see what your character was when I leveled up in D&D Beyond the other day.
I might have
Axe.
checked it there too.
Axe.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. It does that. Cool. You guys have wrapped up at the blacksmith. What else would you like to do? It's currently 1 p.m.
I guess our
Can anybody make time go faster?
Yeah.
Jump to 5 days from now.
Not
Oh.
yet.
I will point out that Rhapsody and Trey, you will both get a notice on the required days for when things are ready, when things have been completed. So
Ooh.
tomorrow you'll get a notice for the piece of steel. I just could not get that word out. I don't know why.
The POS.
I was trying to say a piece of sheet of metal. But then I was like, that makes no sense.
Sure you were. Sure you were.
And you'll also get notified when it's time to go back for the fitting.
This is a great tool, guys.
Well, I haven't seen if it
Please,
actually works yet.
Galvanized steel.
It's-
I have to say this to plot hook. Just be ready for like every 6 weeks there's an update and half your modules break. Just
Nah,
be
you
ready for
sold me.
that.
Stun update.
You told me I'm abandoning Roll20. I just logged 9,000 hours. I just hit 9,000 hours in Roll20. It's gone. It's out the window.
You say
Loser.
that. We met you through Roll20, so you wouldn't have this without Roll20.
That's true.
That's true.
So, it's
God,
not
imagine how
wasted,
much
it's
better it
just
would be.
Time to say,
Oh no, how roll 20 would be back not now in the actual roll 20 of course it was a fuckery.
Focus. Order in the court. Yeah, what would you like to do? We can carry out to wherever you want to go.
Do we want to
we do
check out
wanna-
as well? Or? Is there anything
I'm gonna
else
say
you
yes,
want to do?
although we agreed to outfit Sildar on the way, I think. Someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the party inventory. Stuff we were
Yeah.
going to sell otherwise.
Lighten our
we could've done
load.
the blacksmith
Whilst,
just now.
whilst you guys do that, I think I will also have a look at if there's any other trouble that's happening on the notice board so we can potentially see what else is happening. So
That's a
it-
very smart idea.
it seems like a bit of a shame if we were to leave and then realize that other people have problems on the way to the problems we're going to deal with.
You guys are all about adventuring efficiency, and I'm so into it.
Yeah.
Establishing an
I like helping people.
Do you mind if I steal this breastplate?
If you have a use
Not
for
at
it, go
all.
ahead. And it's not
It's
not
not
stealing, it's using it.
Stealing if it's everybody's.
Do you mind if I requisition this breastplate?
That's
Not
a
at
better
all.
word for it, yes. That's fine.
I'm not sure who the party quartermaster is, but if you have one requisition order, you may take
I
it.
think if you drag it onto your token, it should then try and
I have
transfer it.
done.
I do have
think
to
we
say,
discovered
actually,
on-
there, Trey, that you probably would be the quartermaster, considering that you do have a wide variety of weapons and armor abilities. So you probably would be best for being a quartermaster to understand exactly where things should go.
Just quickly,
In the
Well, I
absence
mean-
of Kuiper, I think you're really the only candidate.
I mean, not to quote Shrek, but some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. I will take the responsibility.
just double check. Was there 2 breastplates there?
Only one.
No.
Okay, I'm deleting.
There's a breastplate and a chain shirt. I was intending to give the chain shirt to.
Yeah.
That's right, I'm just deleting
I
the
am
breastplate.
unfortunately now encumbered. This is very heavy armor.
Oh dear.
How dare you have
but-
come-
Funny how that works with a negative strength modifier.
Well, give me a break, alright?
Oh wait, hold on, we can take the
Actually,
Morning
can
Star
I-
out. Yeah.
Can I wear a breastplate? Does it have a strength restriction?
Oh, there.
No.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I thought breastplate too.
Only heavy armor does.
Only heavy
Yeah,
armor.
that's
Being
Yeah.
encumbered is bad.
Yes, but I
okay,
can
fair
fix
enough.
that. I've got. I can get rid of my leathers. Let's put that in the party.
I'll turn my back while you do this.
I was going to say
yeah.
Dreamer's just undressing in front of us, so
She
everyone's
would as well.
turning
If you
their
do it in the
back.
middle of the
Keeping
street,
in mind
it'll
that
be
like I'm going to be
Rhapsody's covering his eyes and Bo's eyes.
I'm going to be loose with the encumbrance side of things, but in
That's
fairness,
fine,
like
just
if
keeping myself honest.
I think in fairness, like if the party thing starts to look pretty full, then we're going to have to discuss like I'm going to start moving some of that encumbrance onto others.
That's fine.
That's
Still just
understandable.
holds his hand out to take the leather armor.
Well,
I was about to say
can
I'm
give-
holding 0 of 900 pounds, but I think that's experience.
can we give the leather armor and the chain shirt to
You can give
Sildar?
whatever you want to Sildar.
We can, but he's not going to be able to make use of both at once, unfortunately.
No.
But he might be able to find someone else who can, or we
Well,
can
I
sell
mean,
them.
we can sell it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you want, you can take it to
Uh,
Barthen's and sell it.
Oh, Lion Shield wouldn't take it.
They would if I
She
got
did say
it.
she'd give us a good price on anything that we. Oh no, that was for the Redbrand stuff, right?
Yeah.
We can say that the red brand stuff will be painted, maybe?
If
I'm very good at painting.
if I had a token set up for the actual shop front, which I'll probably have by next week as well, you'd be able
Yeah.
to basically trade these things into the lion shield, the blacksmith, and there's a couple of other commodity areas around here that you haven't
Well,
found yet. So
Maybe we do that when you've set that up, and we worry about it next week.
Yeah, we're gonna bring a
If
whole
you're not
bunch
worried
of loot
about
back from
encumbered.
this,
no, like
this
again, like
world.
when it's like when the let's say for instance you get into another dungeon of sorts and there's like 10 weapons, 3 pieces of armor, and so on. That's when we're gonna be like, okay, we have to figure out who's carrying what.
Yeah,
Sure.
fair. That feels
Well,
fair.
Presently, I have 50 pounds of free carrying, so I will carry the loots.
I have 0.5 of a pound of capacity left.
I will carry the loots.
All right.
This I will do.
We'll
have a bit
we'll
of
say
room to carry
you make
stuff
your
as well.
way off to the Lion Shield Costa and come across Sildar there. So at the very least, we can drop off some of that gear.
Yeah.
So who's giving what to him?
We're giving him the chain shirt, the scimitar, and the shield.
Yeah.
Give that. The chain shirt to Sildar. Give and a scimitar. All right, those have all been transferred from the party inventory.
Wonderful.
Woohoo.
Hey.
So yeah, so what it looks like is that if you actually drag it onto your token and not onto a character sheet, it actually asks if you want to give it to them.
Yeah.
Which means that it means it takes it out of the party inventory and adds it to their
Oh,
inventory,
okay.
which is something I've just learnt as
Ooh.
well. This is mighty kind. I do appreciate it. I
We're gonna give you
I
what we can.
was feeling a little bit exposed.
Yeah.
Still, if you do ever come across my true garb, that would be also helpful. It just
course.
does have some fun nostalgia to it.
Do you think it's back at the Cragmore hideout, or where do you think they stashed your armor?
They stripped me of my gear when they
On the road,
collected me,
or-
and I believe that they bundled it in with whatever they were taking with
Okay,
Gundren.
with Gundren. Okay.
Oh,
We'll keep an eye out for it then.
Unfortunately, I had to get rid of. I had to give away my captain's gear back to the crown when I left, but it would still be good to have some memory of that time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll
Hey,
return it if we find it.
Thank you.
I think we're planning to leave town for a couple of days.
So the
Okay.
the plan is to investigate elsewhere.
I believe so. I think we're going to go check out this well that new Drail friend has suggested. He's going to give us a hand with our Redband brand problem in exchange.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Very well then.
Strong allies never go awry.
I
Assuming
agree.
we have the time, in your opinion, to do so.
It's really up to you. I think venturing out will also mean that we can maybe start having some more eyes on the road for any Cragmore.
I agree.
Things. I will say though that obviously with the Redbrands here, I have no idea how long the peace will be kept, but I'll keep my head down in the meantime.
Good. Then I suspect we will meet up with you again when we return.
Our most important priority is that you stay safe and that we find out what we can about the captives as soon as possible.
Very well.
I
Go on.
hope I've given you enough to defend yourself with, but I too hopefully find your...
I won't be going to start any fights, but I will defend myself as needed.
I trust you'll finish them, sir.
Indeed.
And whatever you do, make sure that blacksmith survives.
Yes, he's our favorite so far.
He has an important job to do.
He is the most amusing little man.
Lenine pokes her head out like, well, I never. I thought I was your favorite.
Have you met that man? He's crazy.
What instruments can you give me?
Well, what instruments do you want?
We cannot fall down this rabbit hole, Rhapsody.
Lenine, look,
Yeah.
if I may, you're definitely our most favorite sane vendor in this town. But as far as insane vendors go, the blacksmith certainly takes the cake.
Did I show you what Lenine looks like? I can't remember.
You did.
You
No.
did.
Maybe?
I think you might have, but
I might
forgot.
recognize it.
Show
No,
us
actually,
again
no, you did,
anyway,
but
sure.
show us.
After you show us, I'll tell you if I recognize it, and you don't need to show us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
there she is.
What if I give her a really
Yep, that's
cheeky
familiar.
grin?
I see that.
If I give her a really cheeky grin when I say that, does that help?
Give me a persuasion check.
Hells yeah. That's not bad.
Ooh.
Finally, a good roll.
Hey.
She walks up to you and she looks at you. She's like sort of scowling, like, And then she gives you a wink and a little pinch on the cheek. She's like, oh, how can I stay mad at you guys? Get me some gear. I want money. She goes back inside.
Fair enough.
Trey just
Order
sort of
some
flushes.
instruments.
He's like, I love this lady.
But we want money.
Syl, you head over to the job board. It's kind of quiet at the town master's hall at the moment. It doesn't look like whatever commotion was there in the morning has dispersed for daily activities. The doors are currently closed at the entrance, though there's nothing to suggest that they're unlocked or locked. But the board, stands outside, and on it there are a couple of pamphlets at the moment. The first one is the one that Darren mentioned, that was put up there. I guess seeing as though you've been around, you've probably been looking at the board a bit for the past couple of days. It looks like it's only been put up in the past, like this morning.
Promptly removes it from the board, like takes the pin out and removes it and puts it in his pockets, like that's ours.
Looking for assistance in scouting Old Alwell of potential threats. See Darren Edelmath, sorry. The other one you can see, which it looks like it's been posted back up just recently as well, is wanted party to clear out Wyvern Tor of ogres.
Still feels like, I guess you'd feel like a hand in the small of your back as like Trey comes up behind you and it's like, hey, I see you got the technique for making sure nobody else gets the job. And he just sort of notices the ogre sign and he's like, maybe that technique doesn't work so well. But,
It's got the
should definitely
stamp.
have
It's
that.
got a stamp of on there of basically hold on a second. What is the name? It's
This is do not remove.
a large, like it's like a seal of approval, like a large H and a W.
Well, put it this way, is that normally you're supposed to take it so that if multiple people turn up and claim that they have done something, is that you actually have the proof that you took the case on originally and that you bring the case back.
In
what I'm
And
saying.
to be honest, a piece of paper is a minute cost if they're willing to seek for adventurers anyways for taking this sort of stuff. So that is the correct thing for us to do.
The pamphlet looks like it's sort of pre-written and stamped, printed on there, like very basic print, like as if like it's someone's just like imprinting something from a previous page. But there's now some scrolling at the bottom of the other one that now says, "See Jamisil for more information."
There is something else that we can potentially do if we want to deal with ogres. We have to speak with the Jamisil if we're interested, since we're going to be out of town for a few days. This might help us tide over as well, if people are interested.
Look, I say we cover as many things as we possibly can while we're out, so what's the harm in just seeing what we can do?
The ogres are north, right? In the Umbra Hills?
I believe
Well,
that's
apparently
right.
they are, otherwise they wouldn't be posting something about dealing with them.
We're headed south.
Yes.
We are heading south, but doesn't mean that we can't potentially make our way over there as well, if direction leads us there. Or
Hey,
shall we leave it here and see if someone else is going to take it? Because there is, I'm assuming, a bounty to be had with this.
Trey just sort of like guiltily pulls the other pamphlet out of his pocket. It's like, I think I've already kind of got that one covered, but look, there's no harm in checking in on the way out of town, right, guys?
Aha, so we have that pamphlet already. So I'm just going to take this one. He's
Please
going to
do.
cast a firebolt in his hands and just burn that one in his hands. So we have the original pamphlet. That's good.
Wow, was that like self-destructing? That's badass.
It is when you have two of the same one, yes. It just means that you don't take double the rewards, apparently.
Oh, well. well. It's fine. Let's continue. But yeah, sorry. Are we familiar with Jamisil already?
Yeah, Jamisil is the aide of Harbin Wester.
Amazing.
Yes,
Right?
Weasel.
that's what I thought.
Oh, good. We get to go in
No.
here.
I just sort of like put my hand out real quick, and I'm like, now remember, everyone, Jamisil's trying to fight the good fight here. It's
I
the
don't
town
know
master
that he
that's the
is.
dickhead.
I think
Well-
that he's a weaselly little coward boy that is only interested in
Oh.
his own protection.
Well, that
I'm-
actually sounds like perfectly up my alley then.
I'm easily swayed by people who I perceive as trying to do the right thing, okay?
You kids enjoy. I'm gonna stay out here.
You know what? I'm not feeling particularly diplomatic either.
My blood pressure cannot handle that mare.
Oh, fine then. Trey, can you hand me the pamphlet, please?
Of course.
Thank you.
I'll switch
We'll step in front of the Town Master Hall and start knocking.
As you're knocking at the door, Trey just sort of shouts after you, and I'm like, it's probably for the best. I don't think he likes us very much.
No, he doesn't.
As you knock, it's sort of the door slightly swings open, and you hear Jamisil go, "It's open. Come in."
Oh, perfect. Thank you. I do love an introduction.
And entering
inside.
in, you see what looks to be like sort of like a foyer, basically, where there's a desk where Jamisil is sitting, a couple of seats to the other side of the wall building, and a corridor that sort of goes down to what looks to be some sort of potential jail cell entrance.
Nice place you got here.
Oh, hello.
Look,
Yes. Hi.
Hi. Look, let's go through the formalities and everything. So let's be completely honest. You have a pamphlet outside, indeed, of a party taking care of some ogres. I do have a
Oh.
few questions in regards to this in particular.
Uh-huh.
First and foremost, why are we hunting ogres? Second of all, why are the ogres there in the first place? And third of all, how much are we getting paid for this?
Right. Okay. Well, yes. So, we're currently having, well, there's been a bit of bad luck up north for some of the miners. Where along the trail, there's essentially an old cave called Wyvern Tor. They've been threatening what looks to be a couple of bugbears, a couple of goblins, and they've seen at least one ogre up there. And we just need to make sure we can keep that path clear for any potential trade going up and down that way.
So were the ogres there originally, or were the miners there originally, and then the people moved in, or what was the situation there? Please
Well-
tell me everything.
I believe there's always north is always a little bit more rougher. There's definitely been ogre sightings in the past, and they've been cleared. This one just seems a little bit more closer to home at the moment, so we just had to do what we can to make sure that it all stays safe.
Fair enough. And have the miners been there for long before this has happened, or did they discover these beastly creatures there when they turned up to start mining?
So they're not actually mining there. There's a raider camp, for what they've said, that comes down from one of the other directions, and been again threatening on the road. We've just had scouts being able to confirm that it's Wyvern Tor where they're residing.
Fair enough. So you want to have clear passageway up to the north. In order to have clear passageway up to the north, or to where people for trade, I suppose, comes in. Where you've been encountering issues.
The miners that go and collect ore materials and the like, they're often getting threatened up and down the road back here.
Have any of them been taken? Have any of them been injured on the way back?
A few have been injured, yes. It's probably been a couple of weeks now since someone's been up there.
We are talking about an unsafe work environment for a party to go into, so it is a high hazardous area. Good to know, Fair enough. And how many of them were injured in the last week, shall we say?
So again, we haven't had any sightings for at least a couple of weeks, but we did send up a group maybe a week or so ago, but they haven't returned. At this stage, it was presumed death.
We have missing members as well, so this is also a rescue operation as well as a high dangerous area. Fair enough. And if we were to guarantee that we would be able to clear this out and also rescue said people, is there a time frame? Obviously, I know ASAP is what everyone asks for, but I also do need to understand exactly what time frame you are willing to give a party for us for investigation, exploration, double checking, scouting reports, stealthing operations as well as rescue operations, making sure that the people come back well fed and everything as well. How long are you expecting this, and how much are we going to get paid for this as well, for considering all of this expenditure as well?
If you're willing to take on the job, I could definitely assist with organising some provisions from Barthen's, potentially even seeing if we can hire out his coach for easier travel. And again, there's no time frame on this. Obviously, sooner rather than later. We don't want any more hazards. Definitely against our trade routes. Townmaster Wester has already provisioned a 100 gold reward on completion.
Reward, fair enough. And what is the required trading routes in the next, shall we say, 10-day? That is going to be utilizing this path that is, as we have deemed, also is a kidnapping place as well as a high-risk area.
My understanding is that the Rockseekers were heading north a bit with their expeditions, so it's potential that they might come across or stumble across this area. Although I actually don't know what their current tasks are. The last dealings I had were with Gundren before he went off to Westrun. So. I guess, again, it comes down to the miners, but our job is as sort of really the only settlement here up north is to make sure that as much as we can, that the range around us is clear of trouble. And you can sort of see that he sort of looks a little bit down as he says that, realizing the fact that give me an insight check.
Yep, absolutely.
Make sure you have also set to everyone. Make sure you've gone back to public roles if you haven't already.
Sorry, I didn't.
That's right.
Yeah.
I can reveal it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you get the sense this guy is definitely diplomatic in that he knows how to speak on behalf of the town, but is not, maybe because he's had to do it too much in his role, which he probably shouldn't. But you get the sense that, as he says, protecting the town like that, there's maybe a bit of shame in the idea that he knows that's not really happening.
You are worried about the people of this town and everything that's been happening, aren't you?
Of course. And he sort of looks back at the door that looks like to be like Townmaster's office. He's like,
Dun, 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 dun. My eyes are here, not there. My eyes are here. Come on.
I know Townmaster Harvin comes across as not the greatest of leaders. But in fairness, there is a lot of pressure on him at this stage. I helped him, or I guess I was part of the assistance in communicating to try and find a band of mercenaries to help us after what happened after the kidnappings. So it's just a matter of we did what we could as quickly as we could based on the community outcry, and I never expected them to be so cruel.
No, you did what was asked of you. You did your job as the best as you could have. You do not harbor any blame for anything of this. You have just basically fulfilled the duties of people above you. It is the people above you that need to answer for questions that they themselves have brought upon themselves. All I just wanted to hear was asking questions in regards to the safety of this town, but you have provided me with a lot of good information. And shall we just say that not only will this ogre problem, but this town is in safekeeping. Mind you, we do need to be away for a few days, considering that those quote-unquote mercenaries have kind of blacklisted us for a little bit. So we're going to deal with that.
Blacklisted?
Oh, apparently they don't like the sort of me in their town, so that's alright. I will be away as a simple merchant as I am, but I will help deal with the problems that you have at the moment, and when I return, let's just say that these are between you and me. You can keep a secret, can't you?
Yes.
Insight check.
Give me an insight check. Yeah, go on.
Am I close enough, having been sort of poking my head around the corner, to see and hear all of this conversation?
Yeah, if you want to give an insight check as well.
Oh, I was just going to say that I've been gazing after Syl with shining eyes this whole time. But since you asked...
I would say you both get the sense that he's confused.
Oh, let's just say that we'll deal with the town problem in a little bit as well. But the town has a lot of problems, as you can probably tell.
Yes.
We're going to deal with the town, the notice board. There's a few of them up there. We've decided to take all of them. We will deal with all of them, and then when we come back, let's just say that we'll deal with the other town's problem. And gives them a wink.
And he looks back again.
And then struts out.
And before he struts out, like he looks back and goes, very well. Let me walk you out. And as you get
thank you.
As you get to the door and get to the end, like he sort of comes up to you and he's like, he goes, please. As much of a curmudgeon Wester is, I think he's also been put on the back end. He's essentially being harassed as well. He's doing everything he can to stop this erupting into an all-out war.
Name and location of who's harassing him.
The Redbrands.
Well, I knew that, obviously.
Hey, Lovey! Thanks for the raid! Well,
Raid.
Raid.
Shadow Legends.
Hey, Alagu.
I think it's very obvious that the Redbrands have got him under his thumb. I'm asking for the location outside of the Sleeping Giants.
I think they have us all under their thumb at the moment, but and he sort of like, he thinks he's like,
we'll be gone in a few days, so if anyone ever asks you for anything, we won't be here.
My suspicions are
no attacks.
My suspicions are that they are camping out in Tresenda Manor.
Makes sense, considering we saw many of their guards winning out in that direction anyways, so...
But
thank you.
I would also say that just trying to think what I want him to say. Not, he's not actually struggling to say it. I'm just trying to think of what I want him to say.
Me, every time I have any NPC say anything.
He's like, if you can get this under control, I know the town would be better for it. So thank you.
Oh, yes, absolutely. As I said, that they have blacklisted all of us for a bit, so we will be gone for a bit, just to not to raise suspicion, so you don't have to worry about this coming back to you. So we will be gone, and as I said, once we deal with this, we will deal with this problem as well. Okay?
Very well. Come back soon. Sooner.
That's the aim. We can't help you with your problem if we don't come back in full strength, shall we? That's the goal. Anyways,
he looks out and he
stretches.
sees sees a Redbrand sort of walk past. He's like, "Yep, no worries. Well, thank you for your time, and we hope you come back to this town in the long run." But
oh yes, thank you.
safe
Thank you for the
journeys.
hospitality.
And he's saying this
Yes,
loud and boisterous to make sure it's heard.
Oh yeah, and Silver as well. Thank you as well for the hospitality. Apologies for any mishaps that we may have had. We will obviously we'll come back with some supplies. We'll come back obviously to help with the trade and the taxes in this town.
Yeah, and he'll nod and sort of go and wave to the rest of everyone else out there, and then go back in.
I meant to
Hello,
say hello,
Weasel
but
Man.
you were really deep in your conversation.
Hello. Good to see you all.
We leave now, Sil. You done?
Oh yes, apologies. Yes, we should probably head to the other missions that we have, but I do have some information that will help us.
We'll discuss it on the road.
That's what I
Sounds
was going
good.
to say. Hey, we're working as a cohesive unit.
Look at this efficient adventuring.
Like a party.
Cohesive unit.
We need to think of a name.
We should, yes.
It's canon
But
now.
we
have to
have
think of a name.
names.
A name for our group.
A traveling bard gave me
like
this
a band
title.
name.
The
Like a-
Stormborn.
Sooner or later, once our achievements reach a certain point, we're going to have to refer to ourselves by a group noun, if you will. Title that represents us as a group, rather than all of us individually.
Oh.
This is as the best adventuring parties have done. I mean, these are the tales I've learned from my mentor.
It also just makes it a lot easier than saying everyone's individual names. You can just collectively refer to a group of people by giving them a common name. It kind of helps. Hey, I'm talking here.
You should tell me
I
more
said we'll
about what
talk
you
on the road.
learned about adventuring.
Gotcha.
I mean, you don't have to if you want to. I mean,
So we're planning to walk to Old
Yeah,
Owl.
we should have walked
square by square. Don't you dare transport us
I
across the map.
will point out that the
It's to the
travel time was based on horse.
Yes,
Okay.
Trace sprints
Oh.
back to the Barthen's
Because that's
Pavilion
the
straight
time
away.
frame you would understand. Like if you it took you about a day from where that intersection was to get to.
Yeah, we should hire that nice horse again.
It's fine. I have proficiency in Constitution saving throws, so
To clarify,
I'll just run the way there.
are we going south to Old Owlwell to deal with the undead, or are we going north to deal with the ogres?
My impression was south. We were just getting information about the ogres.
Got
I
it.
Oh yes,
also-
south, absolutely. The ogres is a problem that we can deal with at any point in time. This was
understood.
mainly a fact-finding mission.
If
we
Just
you
making
get-
sure.
if you
a
wish to
horse.
look at your map on Simple Quest, you'll now see that Wyvern Tor is now located on the map as well.
Ooh, you're so sneaky.
I will say by foot, it's probably going to be about 2 to 3 days travel.
We'll steal the horse from Barthen's, it's fine.
I was going to say, yeah.
We're not
Right.
stealing the horse, we're requisitioning in it.
You know what I mean when I say steal.
Why can't we
soon-
just
No,
pay?
not in D&D terms, no.
As soon as the revelation of us, how long it's going to take, has come to pass, Trey's immediately started sprinting in the opposite direction, and is now presumably at Barthen's, and would like to know how much it would cost her.
Oh, shit, you are there.
horse.
You head on into Barton's, and as you do, you hear the dinging of the bells. Cling, 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 cling. And the two kids sort of pottering around, one of them sweeping at the moment, and they look up and they're like, "Oh, you're the guy that's got the cool items."
Yeah, heaps of them. Yeah, look, sorry, it's good to see you both again, but a little bit of a hurry. Can we rent the wagon, please?
You want to rent our horse?
Yeah, and the wagon, please?
Yeah, 1 second. I'll go ask Mum. And
No problem.
you see them. They drop the broom. They're like, Mom, they want to hire Ploppy again.
As soon as they leave the room, Trey's like doubled over wheezing after having sprinted across town.
About
My movement speed is 25 feet.
just for the sake of it, I'm going to bring everyone up that way because this map is looking very.
We're flying.
You head up to. About a minute later, Elmina comes back out, and she's like, "Oh, hello again. You're wanting to hire my horse again?"
Is that
Yes,
okay?
Yes,
if
please.
it's alright.
Yeah, I guess that's not a problem. I don't have any current plans for it. How long were you wanting to borrow it for?
Let's say 3 days? A day and a half there, a day and a half back.
Okay. Do you need the cart as well?
Yes, please. Some of us are more, I don't want to say the word fragile. What's the word I'm looking for?
Squishy.
Delicate than others. So, yes, we'd appreciate the wagon if that's at all possible.
Okay then. Well, I could probably hire it out for about 5 gold.
Look, that's not a problem at all, and I'll slap that on the counter.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let me just go get it all prepared. Sorry, I wasn't
No
expecting
problem.
this.
No, and neither were we, honestly. I do apologize for the short notice. Maybe I'll give you an extra gold just because I'm a nice guy.
Oh, thank you.
Are the kids nearby as this conversation is happening?
I'd say the little girl's popping her head around her mum's dress and she's like looking around. So I sort
I
of.
would like to breathe frosty air out from between my fangs.
You see that, Mum?
I
Yes,
laugh nervously to myself.
It's not even winter, is it? No, it's not even winter.
That's so cute. Oh my god.
Yeah, about 10 minutes pass before you can walk out there and you can see that they're just putting the last straps on the horse to the cart. And they're like, not a problem then. Oh, well, this is should be all ready to go. If you could just make sure it's all in one piece when it returns.
Of course. We've done so before, and we can definitely do so again. Long
Everybody
pause.
hesitated there.
Good. I mean, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, very well then.
Appreciating your services as always.
Can you get it off the roof?
Shush you, come on.
I mean, it's cool
Actually,
you
hold on.
did that,
It's a
but
fair question.
Are we missing
honestly.
someone? Hold on.
I think Trey's underfoot.
I might be standing on track,
Okay,
sorry.
cool.
Why would you do that?
Boop.
You're
Awesome.
so small.
Excellent. Well, yeah, the cart. You take the cart and head off.
It's
go.
Santa's sleigh.
Oh, I
Bye,
need
Silda.
to make that movement faster. That is way too awkward for the stream. As you make your way out,
At the speed of light.
Up and away,
you see that there's actually
beautiful postcard.
Hold on, Sean. Everybody needs to sing. Give us a second.
Been through the desert on a horse with no.
There we go.
That was a big thing in a game the other day.
as
Sure,
you
sure.
exit, you can see that two Redbrands are standing there on guard as you ride on past, and they look up at you and go, "Heading off, are we?"
We were told to leave, so we are leaving.
We are a well-behaved assembly of humanoids.
Fair enough.
Plus one amphibian.
The
What's
noise
an
suppression cut
amphibian?
in and good riddance to us.
What'd you say?
Bye. To us. Bye. Bye.
And as you ride on past, you hear one of them go, "Don't let the wagon gate hit your ass on the way out."
All right.
It's hard to
Very
do that when
rude.
we're in the wagon, you.
What? And you see one of them start chasing you down. You are able to get away though before they get
I was
too
gonna
aggressive.
say,
We
Trey,
exit the area.
Trey unfurls his whip and like, yeah, smacks the horse.
Alrighty.
I've had experience with this, apparently.
Okay, it is currently 3 p.m. So with that in mind, you'll be able to spend half a day traveling before you'll probably need to think about resting. Where is there anything that you guys want to do on the road?
Trey would like to whistle on the road again to himself while he pilots the carriage.
Ooh, Rhapsody will accompany you musically on that.
Fluebane will watch in amazement.
Hell yeah.
There's Cell fill us in on what they learned about the ogres.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Learning in that potentially that was the pathway that the Rock Seekers would have gained or used.
Oh.
So it's a potential lead as well.
We
yeah.
should check it out if we get time.
Hey,
Yes,
look,
exactly. As I said, it's not something that we can do immediately because I still believe that the
No.
Redbrands are a problem, but it does give us, if the Redbrands don't provide any solutions or this well does not provide any answers, then at least we have another option.
Trey's,
I have-
Trey's, oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, well, Trey's whistling sort of wavers for a minute and he goes, well, I guess in the spirit of efficient questing, the Umbra Hills is where we'll also find the dragon, so maybe we should look at that at the same time, if that's
I
alright.
mean,
Yeah.
that's true, but do you think we're tough enough to fight a dragon?
He just sort of like swallows hard and is like, I think we're tough enough to face anything.
As long as we're together, right?
Exactly.
Good mission needs information. Maybe we could just find out about the dragon first.
Yeah,
what have you done with Rhapsody?
We're scouting. We're in scouting stages, exactly. That's what it is, scouting. I remember this.
Yeah, that's what Kuiper used to like to do.
Kuiper did do
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The mood gets
Oh.
very somber.
It particularly gets somber as you say that, because as you begin to come up to a nearby bend that seems awfully familiar.
Oh,
I was gonna say Trey would also like take a second in the silence to be like, Sil, have we ever told you about our friend Kuiper?
In passing, I've obviously overheard conversations, but no, never
Well-
heard about who he was at all.
I mean, look, I'm not the best person to give you an idea of who they were, what they embodied, but I can tell you what they meant to me, and that's that they were a noble protector of whoever they deemed worthy, and they fought to the last to protect all of us. And unfortunately, we saw them take their last breath just over the corner here. And it indicates towards the Cragmore hideout.
like 36 hours ago.
Exactly. It's still it still weighs heavy on all of us, I would say.
I can imagine it would, and I'm very sorry that you've all had to go through that.
They meant a lot to us, and I mean, I don't wish to speak for Rhapsody, but some a lot more than others. But you know, you're with us now, and we trust that we put our faith in you that you can. You will be as valuable to us as we were to them. We would hope.
Sounds like I've got some very big shoes to fill then, huh?
Not at all. I do apologize if there's a bit of pressure involved there.
No. It's a tense moment for all of you, and sorry to make light of a obviously dark situation, but thank you all for letting me in and joining you. But I will promise that I will do everything that I can to help everyone, because honestly, that's what you're supposed to do, isn't it?
It is indeed, and that's by all means the most we can ask of you. So I just sort of nod my head.
It's starting to dawn to 8 o'clock as the sun begins to set and disappear. You get towards a familiar intersection where it shows the turn off to a town or a place called Thunder Tree. And as you get there, you begin to realize that there's a certain camp spot here that you've been to before that would be perfect for camping once more. Um,
Why not? Pull up on the reins and pull the carriage to a stop.
you set up camp and light a fire once again for the night. Who wants to do some night watches with us?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine the dreamer's usually the last one to go to sleep.
I think so.
She'll probably take first watch.
Last to sleep, last awake.
Before we do any turn order for watches, I'm going to ask if someone can roll me a d20.
Go
I
Dreamer.
will-
Do it.
Go Flubang.
Sorry, I already rolled.
That's fine.
Could you now roll me a 1d12?
Mhm.
It's 20 and 12, Mick. And apart from 200.
Well, that's 17 apparently.
17 wolves jump out from the bushes.
Alrighty. Who wants to take first watch? It was the dreamer, was it?
Yeah, I'll take first watch.
I'll really Dreamer because I just want a brief chat thing.
Yep. Go ahead. Like, yeah, the night is yours, guys. So you can choose where you're sleeping. You can,
Yeah. I
you
feel
can
like
stay up for as long as need be.
I feel like Rhapsody's an early morning kind of guy. So he might do the last one and just wake up early.
So that can go off. It's not actually that red can go disappear again. Sorry. What the Flubane was staying up with Dreamer for a bit?
I was going to wake for the second watch.
Ah,
and then
gotcha.
have a brief
Okay.
chat.
Cool. Dreamer, give me a perception check.
Gladly.
You sit down on a familiar log, and while nighttime has always been sort of a place where you stay up and alert, your mind wanders as you think about what happened the last time you were here. That red, blood red moon, and the horror and dreams that came with it. And before long, you don't even realize that your shift has passed as you sort of stare at the fire, just thinking about that again.
Hey, you okay?
Oh. Sorry. Just,
No, that's-
distracted.
What were you thinking about?
A dream I had recently.
You, you must have a lot of dreams.
You'd be surprised.
Oh. Okay.
I
Anyway.
shouldn't.
Oh. Is your name like one of those joke things?
There is a certain irony to it, yes.
Like you don't sleep very much? 'Cause I have noticed that.
Well, I try and sleep as much as possible.
Right. Well, you need a lot of... I'm sorry, I'm not getting it.
Don't worry about it, Floodbane.
Okay. Well, I did want to say, just briefly, earlier today you said something, or yesterday I guess, said something about everyone being beholden to something. What did you mean by that? If I can ask.
Of course. I just mean that nobody is as important as they think that they are in the grand scheme of things. There's always something more important than us going on in the world. We are whether we want to admit it or not, are in service to something greater than ourselves.
I think I agree with that.
I'm glad.
At first, I just stepped into the world out of circumstance, I suppose. Not really knowing what to do. But after traveling a while, I think there's the world is what it is. There's like a purpose, even if fate seems random and wild. And I think I'm feeling a place in that, if that makes any sense.
I understand completely, Floodbane.
Oh, good. Anyway, I should let you get some sleep.
Thank you.
Unless you wanted to ask me anything?
Not yet.
You don't have to.
I have
good night.
questions for you, but they can wait.
Okay. Good night.
Good night, Floodbane.
That went okay.
Is there anything you want to do during your rest, your watch, Lebane?
Nope.
Actually, sorry, Dreamy, is there anything that you wanted to do as well, like as part of that time?
No.
Yeah, sorry, Flipbane, was there anything on your end?
Nope.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Could be worse.
Did a note pop up for you, Rhapsody, and Trey?
Public roll there.
No, sorry, no, that you're fine, Flipbane. I just want to make sure, like, Rhapsody and Trey, did you get a note there saying there's a reminder?
No.
Oh, bugger. Okay. I got a note there as soon as we clocked over 12 o'clock saying, still instrument complete.
What if you open Simple Calendar? Because there is a notes section for it.
How do I do that?
If you double click the, do you have the little calendar at the bottom or somewhere on the screen? To say Thunshear 15,
Or if you, on the left-hand side, go down to your journal notes.
which is the bookmark.
And
And then there's a calendar there with SC.
then SC.
Aha! Ha ha!
If you click 15 and then I think if you double, yeah,
Still instrument complete.
and then like I think yeah, there you go. I'll figure out how that notification come to you next time.
No worries.
We need to head back to town immediately.
I sense an instrument on the wind.
Emergency.
You're used to keeping watch during the night. You've had to do it many a time, both on and off the road. And while you are able to keep a focus on your surroundings, you don't hear anything that bothers you. But Dreamer's words definitely do ring in your ear. They oddly reflect a lot of what your mentor would state. We need to keep care of people. Flood, it's people and life around us that matters. You think about that for a while as you feel the breeze sort of waft over your scales, blowing almost in a direction towards Thunder Tree. But your watch completes without issue. Who wants to go next?
I don't mind. I'm happy to if nobody else wants to. Sounds like me.
Cool.
Perception roll?
Anything you want to do during your watch?
Well, not particularly. He's like, he's routinely sort of cleaning the palm pistol on regular occasions, but he was doing that earlier, so I guess at the moment he's just sort of just lost in thought about what this magical firearm that he's going to try and put together is going to be like.
Okay.
But apart from that, yeah, just keeping a wary eye out.
All right. Give me a perception check.
Sure thing. That is terrible.
Ooh.
Why did that roll?
Hey! Because you
Not
rolled a
a-
1 and it re-rolled it.
Oh, of course, I'm a halfling. Lol.
Thing luck.
Did it just? Oh, because that's just naturally on a 1, is it?
Yeah, yeah, it just did it.
Yep.
So I know the
Nice.
formula.
That's
Ah,
bad.
interesting. Oh, I'll get a better read of this. Is that? Oh, I thought it was like a. Oh, right. It's not a luck point or anything like that, is it? Yeah. Okay.
No, that's the
Very
lucky
nice.
feat.
It's just you re-roll it and you
Yeah.
have to use it. Yeah.
I think you're like waking up. Your mind's probably the most active at this stage as you think about everything. You hear a few noises out into the distance. Nothing close by. I would say talking about your mission definitely lingers on the side, at the back of your brain. And you think for a second as you focus on that, and you feel like you almost hear the sound of a dragon. Just off in the distance, but it could just be a thought.
A chill runs down the Trey's spine. So sort of like, yeah, I shouldn't have talked about this so soon. I will muse on this.
Your watch is uneventful.
Okay.
Who would like to go next out of Sylvain and Rhapsody?
I think so. We'll go next. If Rhapsody's the early riser.
If that's okay, yeah.
Yep.
And is there anything you'd like to do during your night?
Gets the nudge from Trey, and the head is still down, the fringe covering.
Hey, your turn. I think.
Head raises, and the eyes are still just open. Just staring, and then a couple seconds later, Trey, sorry, it's, my watch, is it?
I think so. He just sort of like counts off on his fingers, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's yours now.
Yeah, alright. Thank you. You get some rest. I'll keep watch now.
And I just sort of like sink into Syl's spot, hoping that it's warm still.
Give me a perception check. And let me know if there's anything you want to do specifically.
Yeah, that message. He's going to respond to it.
Oof. That rolled so many times.
Eyes still wide open, but sort of recesses back into his mind for the message. I have it under control. Who was it that said that some of the best things that happen are in broad daylight because no one expects things in broad daylight? You gotta be stealthy, you gotta learn to live with the times. Besides, where's my next mission? Of course I'm gonna respond.
You stare at the fire and you watch as it begins to flicker, and almost a bizarre visage of your patron stares back out at you.
You always say that. It's always patience, it's always waiting, it's always this, it's always that, isn't it?
Be my eyes, Sylvain. You're on the journey.
It's easy when they don't close, isn't it?
You feel that sort of fire lick against your body.
I get it. Need to stop my mouth. It's fine. Until our next wondrous chat, then, I suppose.
Keep watch, Syl.
I would say with one eye open, but again,
Take heed of the moon and the leaf.
even though the eyes have been open the entire time, they widen slightly, pupils dilate.
And as they dilate, you watch, like, in your vision, the flame simmers back down, back to the crackle it always was. Nothing happens on your watch. Rhapsody's turn.
Go over to Rhapsody, give him a light check. Hey. Your turn.
Hello, good morning. Hi, hello.
Morning.
My turn?
Morning. If you just want to keep watch, I think everyone else is still a bit sleepy for a bit.
Okay. Can do.
No problem. Looks over, sees Trey in a spot. Go over next to Trey. Sits down next to him. Again, head just hangs down. The bangs just cover his face.
And what would you like to do, Rhapsody?
Rhapsody. I was thinking about what Trey said about notoriety and having a name and a legacy that people talk about, and heroes and songs. And he's gonna start writing a song for Kuiper.
Aww.
Very as quietly as he can. So no instruments, just sort of like humming a tune or thumping out the tune while he works on the words in his head.
I was going to say, exactly how quiet does he manage to be?
As quiet as he can, I guess.
Impressive.
No instruments, so yeah, just like lightly tapping the wooden log he's on maybe, or just a simple rhythm.
Give me a perception check.
Oof.
I think
Again. He's very
music
perceptive when he's singing, apparently.
It focuses him.
is your method of calm, I feel. Like, it's what you use, it's what you
It
did
feels like it.
since growing up. That idea of just playing and hearing a rhythm, hearing a response. It reminds you of frolicking in the rivers and swamps, and how you'd always use that and see some oddity as you did so. A cricket chirping, adding to the rhythm. A bird flying overhead in response to your beats. And as you focus on that, you look around, and while you don't see anything surrounding you, you do get that bit of peace. That presence of, I'm still here.
So the cry count is at 1.
The sun rises, and you all wake up. No threats seen.
Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Time to get up.
Yes. Hello, morning.
Hi.
I understand.
It's far too early.
I'm not sure.
It
if,
is.
I'm not sure if my microphone will pink this up a bit.
It did.
Still just looks up, the bangs just part out again, his eyes are still just wide open. Looks over to Trey. Gives him a slight nudge.
Oh, what's
Morning.
goblins? What? Oh,
Good morning.
morning.
We've got
morning.
so much to do today. Let's go.
It's morning,
Really
apparently.
do. We really do.
Breakfast?
Yes, always.
Please.
Oh,
like,
you guys deal with breakfast. I'll saddle up everything.
Do you not eat?
I don't do a lot of things, apparently.
You're a weird guy, so.
Oh, I think everyone in this party is a little weird if you want to microanalyze everything, but
Not me, I'm normal.
you are
Moth.
beautiful.
You're a frog.
Same as everyone.
A moth settles on one of my horns and is fried by an errant spark of lightning traveling up.
Bloodbane is also
Oh, no.
incredibly normal.
Everyone is normal, everyone is beautiful, everyone has their own special little snowflake. That's why I'm saying it's just that I am not a weird one, because we're all special people.
You can be weird, and like everybody can be weird. That doesn't make you any less weird than the rest of us.
I never said I wasn't weird, I'm just saying that we're all special people.
Well, let's get moving.
Oh, no, have breakfast first. I'll finish this, setting this up.
How do you like your eggs?
Uh,
They will not be stuffed inside a chicken. I'm sorry.
Oh, oh, I missed that little Noel chef already.
whatever you're making the most of is fine, Rhapsody.
Scrambled it is.
Yeah,
I can help you cook.
big old pile of scrams.
You all settle down for a not as maybe deluxe meal as you've had over the past few days, but a good meal nonetheless. And you pack up camp and begin to set off once more. Could I get someone to, or whoever's going to be keeping an eye out for any landmarks, could you roll me a perception check? It can be 2 people or 1 person giving advantage to the other.
I'm happy to do it if you like.
Go for it.
Yep, feel free.
So with advantage then, if no one else is
Roll
rolling.
with advantage.
Get it.
Not bad.
Nice.
You travel for about 3 to 4 hours before you begin to, from what you can gather, almost at this pace without any gear in the wagon. It's the horse ride is a little bit more faster than it was before, and you start to get about maybe even almost halfway to where you last camped before you start to look out over to the horizon. And on the eastern front, you see what looks to be a hill. Not a large hill, just a fairly standard mound in this little plains-like area. But there, standing atop it, looks to be some brickwork. Maybe only as high as maybe an average-sized human would be, based on the scale, but maybe, yeah, so high with a slight tower sort of sticking out of it. You get the sense that this is, based on your map, where Old Owlwell would be.
I think we found our spot.
Ooh.
Okay, is there a place to tie up the horses? Is there a place to tie up the horses?
It takes about an hour to get there, but as you do arrive, there doesn't look to be much of the way of tying up. Give me 1 second while I just quickly check to see if there's anything to describe. I'm in the wrong journal notes. Let me load up this map. I think it's probably for the best. There's a couple of rocks and a couple of basic tree stumps, and like it's fairly bland in this area. Particularly as you climb up the hill. But as you do, like you are able to tie off or at least use some pittance to keep the horse as need be in the place.
I tell the horse to stay. Good boy.
You speak horse?
Good time.
I can.
Okay, yeah.
Wow.
Would you like me to speak to the horse?
Yes. Tell them they're a good boy.
Good boy.
As you crest over a low ridge at the top of the hill, you spy the crumbling ruins of an old watchtower and mounds of rubble enclosing a courtyard amid the rugged hills. A colourful tent sits in the middle of the courtyard, but no one is in sight.
Hmm.
Interesting. Well, shall we go and check it out? Is everyone adequately prepared for what may come?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Took the
I
words right out of
look
my
to
mouth there,
confirm that
Trey.
my staff is in my hand. Huh?
Rhapsody takes bow off the head and holds them out in front like a weapon.
Actually, you know what? That's a good point. And Trey takes a minute to make sure that both his hand crossbow and palm pistol are all loaded. They're all loaded.
How many pointy objects do you have to hand on your waist?
0 pointy objects, many shooty objects.
Okay.
I will
Nice.
preemptively shillelagh the sickle.
Ooh, I like
Ooh.
that.
I don't have to waste the bonus action.
You know, I've actually been curious. What does your shillelagh look like?
It is the sickle. It is essentially a very small scythe, but when shillelagh is cast, it becomes razor sharp and glows with a faint moonlight.
Nice.
Refracting off the blade as if the light shines right on it.
Like a silvery moonlight? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a mirror surface sort of thing.
Hmm.
That's so hot.
So we can tell and we know.
You can
business
tell
time.
when it's shillelagh.
Yeah, it's business time.
It's shillelagh time.
It's shillelagh time. Be on alert, especially if there are undead in the area.
Hmm. Only had divine sense.
I don't like the sound of that. Should we be expecting undead?
We were told to expect undead.
Oh shit, we
We
weren't.
were indeed.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Can I move up against one of these walls and listen real close and see what is to be
Oh.
detected?
Yeah, give
Do
me
I
a
need to have the
perception check.
instruments in stealth mode?
That's up to you.
I don't think that's really that necessary. I'm assuming once one of us gets in, we're maybe going all guns blazing.
I just wanted to check.
Go.
That's good
All
instinct.
guns blazing.
You take a step up to the wall and take a look around. All you see in front of you at the moment is a closed tent and what looks to be the remnants of an old tower where, again, the tower itself might go up by about 20 feet, but it's entirely collapsed. It's just an eroded lookout at this point. There's no real significant advantage that, like, for anyone to really use this other than potentially camping. And based on what Darren probably mentioned to you as part of telling you this, like, this is often known as like sort of like a watering hole, where like people will take a stop, replenish their flasks, and then continue on.
Well, shall we see who's home?
I'll actually get a. You know what? No, it's all good. I'm good.
Sean, does
I'm
it
gonna
take an action to drop a shield? I know it takes one to equip one.
I would say you can use that to do that. You can drop it as a free action. It would probably take you an action to pick it back up.
I think that's typically how it
That's
works,
fair.
yeah. Yeah,
I
that's
think I'd like to
typically
do
how
that
it
then.
I'd say, like,
I can't
strictly,
spellcast
it
with
would
it,
take
but-
you an action to pick it up and then have it back into your AC. It'd be a free action to just collect it.
works. Yeah, that's exactly how it
Yeah.
works.
But to equip it as a shield, it takes an
Yeah.
action.
Yep.
I
That's
think I'll keep
more
it on
than
me, so that I can drop it on my turn and unlock spellcasting again.
This may or may not be part of my plan to have multiple guns and just drop them instead of reloading them. Who said that?
Who needs to
Disposable
reload when you
guns.
just immediately just swap guns?
Yeah, you know what they
No, it's
say.
just-
It's always quicker to change to your sidearm.
Exactly.
Cool guys don't reload guns.
Trey and Dreamer, your passive perceptions are 15, aren't they?
It is quite
Allow me to
high.
confirm. Yeah, 16 actually.
16. Okay.
Damn.
Damn.
As
I don't know where to
the
put mine,
as the two of you begin to walk up, it's not visually not any different to what you to what has been stated already. But as you get through that archway, you begin to get this odorous, noxious, deathly smell.
but- Oh,
Guys, something is rank in here, and it's not me this time.
it's definitely the smell of death.
Oh. You familiar?
More than I would like.
It does smell familiar to me, but it's not as familiar a sensation as one would hope. One would hope it not to be. Be on guard.
Yeah, in fact, kind of getting that. Rimmer will. Yeah. there we
Oh
go.
shit!
Do I have time to do something real quick?
Yeah, what is it?
She's got the sickle in one hand, in the other she's got her staff. She's just going to tap her staff on the ground and cast protection from evil and good
Oh,
on herself for undead.
the sound effect. Didn't think
Creatures
it's
of those
smooth.
types have disadvantage on attack rolls against that target. The target can't also be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. Okay, cool. Good to know.
It's a
Man,
great
that's
first level spell.
Yeah.
It really is.
You look inwards into the actual entrance of the tower, and as you look in, you instantly grab your staff and slam it down in order to cast it. As you look in and see at least a dozen zombies shambling
Oh
around.
shit!
As none of you were potentially trying to sneak in, one of them has already taken notice of you and begins to wander. And as it does, its groans erupt, and the rest all take note and begin to turn to look at you. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Okay.
As
We spent too long shopping.
as we prepare for
I'm sorry.
the fight of Old Owlwell.
I didn't even buy the thing that I was planning on doing.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I'll write you all
Forgot I was
songs.
But very well done,
Oh,
guys.
Manny. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sean. It was a lot of fun.
Wow, so good.
Even
I-
a simple shopping episode can be interesting.
Blacksmith stuff was a very welcome surprise.
So every time.
If only you could see the look on my actual face when you started saying that.
I can do crazy, don't worry.
It's like Trey went alone last
Thanks,
time.
Indiana
be
Jones
crazy.
Ambrose. It was definitely a solid session.
Trey went alone last time, but he's like, I feel like I need to share this experience with everyone
Yeah.
else.
I'm so glad you did.
Yeah, same.
A
Oh,
lad.
God.
What an absolute lad.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Rhapsody's gonna be unstoppable.
But gang, we will return to this next week, assuming everyone is free.
Yeah.
Planning to be?
I
Absolutely.
hope so. I
Yep.
may or may not be in Sydney.
That's okay. We will determine
Trust me.
the
Is
worst
that
case.
just something you're gonna threaten us with every week now?
I think
Alex?
so. At least until the end of June,
Well,
unfortunately.
the threat is being leveled against Plothook.
Exactly.
Fair.
Worst case scenario, like obviously we can reschedule or we can postpone. I would say, I guess, well, yeah, Plothook, we'll talk about this off stream. But if you do have enough time, I might start reaching out even to the Witchlight crew and see maybe if we squeeze in a session or two in between.
Yeah.
whatever works.
Yeah,
but
what's
like,
up with those guys?
no pressure on either side. We'll figure out what's going on. I haven't talked to them really since it ended, so I need to get back in touch with Indiana Jones and make sure Ruben and Quark are ready to go.
Yeah, they are literally separate entities.
Yes. Well, I was looking at the Indiana Jones wrote Ruben / Quark there, and I was like, yep, cool. Oh, really? Ruben's full of COVID?
Oh, that's gross.
it's going
That's
around.
rough. Oh,
That's why he wasn't at yoga today.
All
I
of our
will... Sorry, go into this.
oh, I was just gonna say all of our managers got COVID from the manager meeting they were in last week.
Oh,
They all
what a
gave it to
shame.
each other. I know it's terrible.
well, they all
I
kissing.
have actual,
I
I have actual
mean,
sympathy for Ruben.
no.
They all
What do you
got
think goes on at those manager
cooties.
meetings,
They
Sean?
all got cooties. Well, if I remember what my management meetings were like.
There's this meeting among the managers.
Who are you kissing at your management meetings, Sean?
I never tell. So,
I never tell.
that might explain why I got fired.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's
I
an
kid, I
NDA
kid,
about
I
this,
kid, I
isn't
kid.
Simultaneously, more and less tongue required.
I can just take my laptop with me to Sydney and my microphone.
Well,
it's not big deal.
There is definitely no pressure, but we'll figure things out over the week to make sure. Gang, thank you so much for your time. Let's do some quick pimping of people's details here.
Camping.
Hell yeah. Let's get
Phoenix is a streamer. Phoenix is doing awesome speed runs, and is also doing a bunch of other games, I believe. Still, what are you playing at the moment?
Yeah, I don't have anything planned until the speedruns on Sunday for Final Fantasy 16. That's it.
Fair. But definitely try and make your way there if you can, gang. I'm going to try and do my best this time to get there, but yeah, the past couple of weeks has just been hectic for me.
No pressure at all. It's completely fine.
But yeah, definitely go give them a follow, just at the very least, gang. Plot Hook is also here. He normally streams tomorrow why can't I get the name of it? Waterdeep Dragon Heist campaign with myself and Lobster Jess. And may be postponed this week. We'll see what happens. But you can also check them out
that
at their
will
stream.
also depend whether I'm in Sydney or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you playing outside of that?
What am I playing? What did I play on the weekend? I played. Tori and I are playing through
DC Villains?
Lego DC
Lego
Super
DC
Villains.
Villains, yeah.
with
Nice.
my wife,
It's a lot of
which
fun.
is a lot of chaos.
Yeah.
Did you see the news about the new Lego game?
I did.
Yeah, Lego Horizons.
Yeah.
Looks
Very
awesome.
excited.
Looks just like the Lego movie. It's crazy how accurate they can be now.
I mean, that's all you need to say to sell it to me. Done.
Honestly, I'll find a screenshot for you, Lobster Jess, and I'll put it in the games Discord. But
I'm Googling it right now.
yeah, like I was like, is that actual Lego or is that like no? That's actually in-game engine stuff. It's crazy.
It is an odd choice. I didn't think the Horizon series was quite large enough to warrant its own Lego game, but
I think I've been
it looks pretty fun.
I've been like reading and watching like a lot of articles and podcasts this past week just in preparation for Summer Games Fest, and it sounds like based on like people on the sort of have knowledge of the industry or have an inside, it seems like Horizon might be like the game that the IP that they push with Sony
It's
for.
Sony's big new thing.
Well, it's more that it's Sony's big new thing for all ages or for most ages. Like it's like because like Uncharted's just a bit too much for PG action. You can't do The Last of Us for a Lego game. God of War is the same as out of that. So it looks.
I'd pay so much money for a Lego God of War game. It's
Yeah.
not even fun.
But this is also the first Sony-owned game that's actually coming to the Switch, which is really interesting.
yeah,
Oh.
Yeah. Ted and Adam, anything you guys want to shill?
Nope.
No.
Well, you can see both of them on our Discord, which I've just put into the chat as well. Definitely come in and say hi. We're trying to get that community going as much as possible.
And if Witchlight comes back for a little bit, they'll be there too.
Exactly
That's
right. Yeah, Indiana Jones Ambrose is there as well. But I am hoping to potentially do a bit more streaming in the very near future myself. So keep an eye out on
Oh,
Discord for more
yeah.
information. I was saying to a couple of the people here earlier, I think I did it in chat, that I kind of want to do maybe like a state of the stream discussion where I talk about sort of the things I want to do, what I probably need to do to get there, and like ways we can help each other out to basically make this better.
Nice.
Make 16-bit glasses great again. No,
Yeah.
but please feel free to come in. I'll hopefully be streaming on Thursday night if I can. More Pokemon, and potentially maybe even a stream test to see how Spider-Man goes with my new setup. I'm currently putting together things like my laptop with my capture card to try and capture a game without killing my computer. So,
very good.
so
I wish you well.
games like that are hopefully on the horizon.
Hopefully so.
But until then, thanks again to our players. An awesome set of achievements tonight. Really well done. Loved the acting. Loved all the roleplay. And yeah,
Thank you for doing a great job as always, Sean.
oh, my pleasure.
Yeah.
To everyone else out there, have a great day, a great night, a great time frame, wherever you are, and we'll see you next stream. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.